My bad, guys. This is my third live stream to where I just don't know what I'm doing, but it'll all come together pretty soon. But right now we have 7-7, 4:46 left in the first quarter. So far both teams have punched each other in the mouth. You had Philly coming down with that wonderful drive. Even though Gainwell should have scored the touchdown, he was short, so Jalen Hurts scored it for him. Then you had Kansas City doing Kansas City things, running the ball with Pacheco, wearing down that defense. Pacheco got a big gain, hitting Kelsey, hitting Kelsey across the field, then hitting him again. You know, if Philadelphia is not able to stop Travis Kelsey, this is going to be tough because Jalen Hurts is going to have to win this game. He's 5 of 7 for 59 yards right now, which is good, a great start for him. But I really think they're going to key in on the run. If the Chiefs are able to key in on the run, man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because, the run has helped Philly all season. And this is what I'm talking about. So when Philly got up a lot, when Philly got up a lot, in the majority of their games, they ran the ball a lot, and teams weren't able to stop them, especially in the second half. So when you're running the ball in second half and wearing down the team, when you're already up like 27-10, 28-0, 35-10, and so forth, that's going to be able to wear a team down. But, Philly hasn't faced a team like Kansas City who has a prolific offense. Andy Reid can move pieces around, get people involved, and implement the run. As it's first down right now with the play action, they just dump it off to the tight end, and tight end just gets 5 in a little short screen. See, that's what Andy Reid does. That's what he's brought to Philly, all those years. Think of the years with Donovan McNabb and Brian Westbrook and, Pinkston and those guys, Freddie Mitchell, Jason Avant. Philly always had a great running game and a great defense. But the year that they got Deshaun Jackson, they had Michael Vick and LaShawn McCoy, and Andy Reid was under that offense, man, that was something beautiful because when you look at Michael Vick, he wasn't really a pure passer. He was more of a running quarterback. Jalen Hurts is probably the closest to Michael Vick, but he's not as fast. But I guess he has better decision-making and a better arm, but that's debatable. But when Michael Vick was under that offense was so beautiful to watch because not only did it have speed on the outside, it also had speed in Shady McCoy. Of course, I think he still had Westbrook at the time, but when you look at that style of offense, that offense is probably one of the best offenses ever. That's just my opinion. Because I remember that Monday night game where the Commanders were talking all that trash. I remember when what's his name, LaRon Landry. Yeah, LaRon Landry was running his mouth, and boy did he get exposed on that first play. I know there's some Commanders fans out there, but hey, that's what you get for running your mouths, man. You can't be doing that. But Vic did a play action pass, beautiful, right down the field, just where Deshaun Jackson was able to just lunge out and catch it. And boy, LaRon Landry was burnt. He was burnt. I don't know why they picked him up out of LSU. He was a bum anyway. He wasn't good. He couldn't cover nobody, and he could barely hit. He was never in a position to hit. But Travis Kelsey's eating these guys up because nobody's covering them. They're going to have to make adjustments at halftime because Kelsey's cooking them. He already has 3 catches, 60 yards. And I said he was going to be the leading receiver today too, as Mahomes throws it away. But this is an exciting game though. When you look at it, this is my thing. You got 2 high-powered offenses, very different from one another. Patrick Mahomes is a more conventional guy. Jalen Hurts is a more dual threat. Philly has a lot of weapons, but so does Kansas City. Yes, Philly has a great defense. Kansas City defense is a bend but not break defense, but Philly's defense is going to be tested today because, they haven't faced anything like that. I think that's Hardman, yep. I know Jerry McKinnon, that's Jerry McKinnon. Excuse me, Jerry McKinnon just got like a 6-7 yard gain off the screen pass because Kansas City is going to hit you different ways, man. They're just going to hit you different ways. That's what they do. You know, they can't hear the play. No, but that's all right. They'll be able to do what they need to do. So now it's 3rd and 3. Do a rollout pass. Okay, Mahomes. Wow, that was dangerous. So they're probably gonna go for the field goal. And I think they might go for it. Nah, they're gonna go for the field goal. Excuse me, guys. I'll be right back. So they missed the field goal. It's still 7-7. Let's see what Philly's going to be able to do. 2:24 left in the first quarter. A lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff going on in this first quarter, man. My question is, what do you guys think of the outcome of the game is going to be? Do you think this is going to be a game in overtime? Do you think it's going to be high scoring? Send me some of your thoughts in the comments. Oh yeah, shout out to DeMarcus Ware making the Hall of Fame. Well overdue. Well overdue. All right, so the Eagles got the ball on the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. 2:24 left. I'm curious to see, are they going to respond this drive? Are they going to score a touchdown this drive? Or are they going to go 3 and out again like they did last drive? Yeah, this is a game where Jalen Hurts has to shine, I think. I think he has to have at least 300 passing yards this game. Of course they're going to run it with him. Gets a gain of 4. A good game, but, if Kansas City is able to key in on that, you're going to have to put the ball in the air. And, yeah, there's some games he's been throwing over 300, 400 yards, but there's some games he's been only throwing for like 125 to 150. And that's pedestrian in the NFL, man. Like, I like Jalen Hurts, don't get me wrong. He's a phenomenal talent, but, you can't just keep running the ball with him. Like, that's just not it. He's going to have to beat you with his arm, especially this game. Because Kansas City's just going to key in on that, man. They've been okay against the run. They're not terrible, but they've been all right. And I think Andy Reid probably highlighted that, like, look, they're probably going to try to run with this dude a lot, and that's something that knows. Sirianni's going to have to do something different. Yeah, you could spread the guys out and then run with them, but it's like, come on, man. Like, they're keying in on that. So you're going to have to hit one of these guys like A.J. Brown or, Devontae or Pascal or even Quez Watkins. And that's offsides. So they just got bailed out. Yeah, offsides on Chris Jones. They had him lined up at the end and he jumped the snap. Honestly, it should be false start on that left guard, to be honest with you, because he's rocking back. He's not supposed to do that, but, refs probably didn't catch that. So, yeah, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Let's see what play they're going to do. First quarter's winding down, under a minute to go. Gave it to Goddard. Goddard gained a 3-4. That's pretty good. That's an interesting play. For the fact that they give it to a tight end on a handoff, I think is great because it showcases their athleticism, their speed. You're not just going to give it to a slow bum. You know what I mean? You're not going to give it like Jason Witten would not be doing that play if he was on the Cowboys. Let's just be clear. He would not be doing that because he wouldn't even get like a yard because he's so slow. Granted, now he gets open on routes, but nah, that's not a play for Witten, Like I know we've given Hendershot a couple of chances at that, sweep play, which is really a jet sweep, A lot of high school footballers in the NFL, you got jet sweeps, you got bubble screens, you got the receiver, coming in motion, taking the handoff. It's the same stuff in high school, man. It's pretty much a spread out wing T offense, if you ask me, because if you're in high school, if you played football in high school, every coach did the wing T. It was easy to understand. Everything was condensed, and the passing plays. If you had a mobile quarterback, was very easy. Nowadays they don't even do that anymore. That offense is kind of outdated. Everybody spreads them out now because. That they want the quarterback to shine so bad. They want to display his arms so bad, which I think is great, but it's really killing the NFL. Just like how Tom Brady kind of destroyed the NFL, with his check down Charlie-isms. Now every quarterback started doing that and started padding their stats with numbers, but that's a different video for a different time. But, now I look at it as, it's just even in the college game where you see shotgun every play. Like every play spread out shotgun for a 5-yard pass. Like to me that's getting boring. That's getting too predictable. One thing I did like about 90s football and early 2000s is they ran the damn football. They ran the ball, 2-3 plays, right? But then they'd hit you with that deep pass. And nowadays the deep pass is kind of, underrated because you got these quarterbacks taking 7-step drops and, throwing a 5-yard pass. It's kind of ridiculous to me. Yeah, you see some deep plays here and there, but it's not even that deep, to be honest with you. Like, how many 90-yard touchdowns have you guys seen in the NFL over the past 3 years? Not many. You haven't even seen, like, a lot of special teams touchdowns, man. They need to bring that stuff back, That's what's destroying the NFL, Kind of like super wokeism, Like, I understand the concussion. CTE is a huge thing. But there's some things to combat that, you know. And on top of that, every kicker kicks a touchback on the kickoff. Nah, you want to see like a Devin Hester type play. You want to see, remember the human joystick, Dante Hall. You want to see things like that. You don't even see that in the NFL anymore. You just see these over glorified quarterbacks that just pass, 6-yard outs, and it's like, oh, what a play, what a pass, and it's like, nah, it's pretty routine. It's not like Dan Marino throwing like a 70-yard rifle down the field and hitting a receiver in stride. Or even John Elway with his arm, or even look at Warren Moon back in the day. He's been thrown for 4,000 yards before these quarterbacks. That's what people don't understand. I understand, yes, like yardage is up in running and yardage is up in passing, but when you really look at it, look at the attempts too. The attempts are up. Look at the receivers average. You got a lot of receivers with tight end numbers. Back in the 90s, you had people with damn near 20-yard averages, with 1,000 yards, 19, 18, 17-yard averages. Now you don't have that. Yeah, you may have a Jamar Chase and a Justin Jefferson, but after that, it's like a huge drop. Like, come on, man. Let's look at Julian Edelman's stats. His averages were garbage. Same thing with Wes Welker. They had tight end numbers, but yet these guys are, considered like great receivers. They're all right, man. They're not that great. Finally, a long bomb. Touchdown, A.J. Brown. Finally, we see a bomb. That's what I'm talking about. A.J. Brown with the catch. One-on-one, he's done. That's what it is with A.J. Brown. You can't put one guy on him, Whoever number 21 is, I forgot. But you can't. Yeah, just one guy, that's not going to help. Yeah, he didn't have any safety help. Yeah, come on, man. That's poorly coached. The safety was super late on that. Yeah, he's done. One-on-one, he's done. That's it. Big play for the Eagles to start the second quarter to put it at 14-7. I'm really curious to see, the response of Kansas City. One-on-one coverage, safety's dropping back. Of course, he's late, super late. He's way late, man. He should have been shaded. See, that's the thing. That safety should have been shaded to that outside. Then then Jalen Hurts wouldn't have had nobody. Come on, look at that, man. He was toast. Just like that, 14-7. All right, so it's 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 for the Chiefs. See what they do here. Looks like a little bunch formation. Got Kelsey isolated on the right. Mahomes back to pass. No flag on the play. Incomplete. Even though he was held, but Juju, you gotta fight through that, bro. Yeah, you gotta fight through that. That's a good no call because yeah, he might have grabbed his arm, but he didn't grab his arm long enough. You know, Juju got it. First of all, Juju has to go out and get that. Yeah, so far this is an entertaining Super Bowl. You know, 14-7. You know, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far out of both teams. You know, I'm curious to see. Really curious to see what the Chiefs are going to do to respond because also I'm on Instagram Live too. That's Black8BlueTV. That's Black8BlueTV. The 8 means the symbol for the and, but I couldn't do that. Yeah, no filters. I don't do any filters. I don't do none of that. Live and direct. That's what I do. Also, what I wanted to say was, what do you guys think? Who do you guys think is going to be the impact player of this game? We already seen a little bit out of Kelsey. We've seen some from Devontae Smith. Also, A.J. Brown with that 45-yard touchdown pass. Who else do you guys think is going to be another impact player? Do you think Pacheco's going to take over for the Chiefs? Do you think it's going to be a defensive player? Do you think Hassan Reddick is actually going to, take over the game like he did last week or 2 weeks ago against San Fran? Because we haven't heard much from him. We haven't heard much from the defensive guys either. So, I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see, is it going to be somebody on the offensive end or the defensive end? I also wanted to make a shout out to all the people that are live streaming the Super Bowl. The Law Nations. Mark Holmes. Man, the list goes on. Alabama Cowboys. Also, don't want to forget my Cowboys family too. If you guys get a chance, go subscribe to my Cowboys family. They have some great analysis. Husband and wife Cowboys fans, definitely giving their perspective on some of the roster moves and also the season in general. So definitely check them out. So 1st and 10, Eagles got the ball. They didn't really gain much with Miles Sanders. The 2nd down. I don't think they gained anything, but 2nd down right now. We're going to see what's going to happen. I think that they need to hit Goddard, man. I've been telling you guys over some of my streams and shorts, like the tight end is very key. Tight end is ultra key because, Tight end over that middle. Told you, look at that. Tight end over the middle. Even though he slipped. If he didn't slip, he would have had more yards, but, that's a good concept. I like that from Sirianni. So 3rd and 8, Hurts running around. Hurts still running, throwing. Got him. Got Pascal for the first down. Good play. And see, that's the thing with Jalen Hurts. When you allow him to scramble, he's very deadly with it. But, I don't know how long that could last. 55, he broke contain. Clark, if he just stayed in contain, I think that it would have been, it would have been a lot more difficult for Hurts to make that pass. But he made a good throw. So 1st and 10 on, I believe, like the 44-yard line. He got Gainwell. Good run, Gainwell. Gainwell will gain a 6-7 on 1st down. All right, so it's 2nd and 1. Ball past the 50 on the 46-yard line, 47-yard line. Gainwell's about a half a yard short. It's about a half a yard short. So it's going to be 3rd and short. Flag on the play, so now it's false start. 5-yard penalty. It's going to be 3rd and 5. So that brings them back about 5 yards. Still a makeable 3rd down, but the problem is, now you make it a little difficult for yourself. Oh yeah, it's definitely a false start. Moving forward and all that. Can't do that, buddy. Told you, fumble. Look at that. Look at that. That's a touchdown. See, you can't do that. You can't do that all the time. Having Jalen Hurts run on 3rd down, no. You gotta set up pass plays because stuff like this is gonna happen. Stop making him a running back. You gotta make him a quarterback. Look at that, fumbling, see? That's on him. Kicking the ball, looking silly. Easy touchdown for Kansas City. Gave him that one. Philly gave him that one. Because this defense ain't really all that. You gave him a turnover. You gave this defense a turnover where they couldn't really stop anybody. So now it's 14-all. 9:39 left. Philly fans, I know you're upset right now. They've been, you guys got bailed out. Yeah, I'm not feeling some of these Super Bowl commercials. They just get cornier and cornier, it seems like. Every year is like who can be the most corniest commercial ever. That's what it seems like to me because, I understand, they want to have the funniest commercial, but now they're overdoing it. There's nothing authentic about them. All it is just who could outmarket the most. That's all it is. It's nothing genuine. It's nothing that funny. Like the Budweiser frogs, that was funny. Whoever did that, like, they deserve they deserve millions of dollars for that because that was actually a great concept. That's what it is. I don't think people are taking much effort into the thought as opposed to the marketability of the commercial. So when you look at of course they had a commercial of this guy dancing. Like, I mean, it was okay, but it's not funny. You have to have something that's funny. And a lot of times now in this new generation, like what's funny to them isn't funny to me. Like, it's really a lot of dark, satire humor. Just really satire, dry, things of that nature. And dry humor is great, but they're overdoing it now. It's why comedians are getting crushed because anything controversial that's funny, is considered misogynistic, racist, and so forth. It's comedy though. Like, everybody wants to cancel Dave Chappelle and all this other stuff. I think it's silly. I mean, he's been funny. And Jalen Hurts with the run first down. Yeah, they keep running Jalen Hurts. I don't agree with that. Because you run him, but you got to have him throw the ball too. Get Miles Sanders involved. Like, and Jalen Hurts, he's a big guy, but he could get hurt too. Remember now, he had a shoulder strain, a few weeks ago. And that's why they rested him. I don't know how good that shoulder is now. It's probably okay, but if you keep running him like this, you may re-aggravate it. Who knows? So it's 1st and 10 on the 40 or 39. Hurts back to pass. About to throw deep again. That's about to be a pick. Yeah, see, they smartened up. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Kansas City, for playing smart defense. He went back to the same play, the touchdown play for A.J. Brown, going across the middle, and then doing a post corner. That you had the safety there that time. So you had his safety help. Yeah, that should have been an interception. Got lucky. But so now we got 2nd and 10. See what Philly dials up now. Of course, it's spreading the ball out. They got Goddard, in the slot. They also got Quez Watkins in the slot. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown on the outsides. Okay, Boston Scott gets the ball out of the backfield, makes one man miss, makes two men miss, three men miss, and he gets the first down. See, why don't you guys do that, Philly? I don't understand that. You want to run with Jalen Hurts, try to do all these different things, get the ball to your ball players like Boston Scott, who's great in open space, made one man miss, two people miss, three. That's what you guys are predicated upon. So I don't understand it. So now it's 3rd and 1, even though to me it should have been a first down. Of course they get the first down, they're gonna sneak it. Good push by the O-line. I mean, this O-line's been great all year. I can't even front. They give this guy, time to throw the ball, even though he likes to run around. He's a mobile quarterback, but, All right, so we got 1st and 10 on the 50. Hurts back to pass again. Back out to Gainwell. Gainwell with a gain of 4. So, also, too, guys, I want to know your thoughts on the Pro Bowl. I I wasn't too thrilled about it. I see what they're trying to do. It seems like they're trying to make it like the NBA All-Star Weekend, which is, okay, but I don't know how long this is going to last. Having three different flag football games and then events and stuff that I don't know. I mean, I think it's an okay idea, but it's going to get stale pretty quickly with the NFL. It's like they're going to have to change it up every year. If they change it up every year, then yeah, I'll be for it, but they're going to do the same thing, and Jalen Hurts gets a loss on 2nd and 6. You see, they can't run him all the time, and he's going to have to throw the ball. Yeah, he should have gave the ball up, honestly. Because Miles Sanders, he probably would have got 3 or 4 yards. Third down. I think they gave it to Gainwell. 4th down. 4th and 6 now. Yeah, 4th and 6 now, guys. So, it's gonna be tough. I think they're going for it too. I mean, you can't punt in this territory. You might as well, but you better pass the ball instead of run, because it looks like they're gonna have him run again, and I don't think that's gonna be smart, because you already have a spy with the safety. So, told you they're gonna run it again. He's not going. Oh, he did get it. Yeah, see, I knew they were going to run it. I mean, KC's defense is not that good, but, you know, it's tough. All right, so 1st and 10 on the 16-yard line. Run the Gainwell. Gain of 2, 3 yards. Pass to Devontae Smith. Little play. Uh-oh. Slow to get up. Limping a little bit. That's not good. That is not good. His ankle got caught a little bit. All right, so 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. Got a little tight end bunch formation here. Running the ball. Boston Scott, he ain't going to get it. They're going to have to settle for 3. So all that Jalen Hurts run for 3 points. Yeah, come on, Philly. Y'all got to do better. Kansas City's defense is not good, man. They're not that good. I mean, they're okay. They're a run-of-the-mill defense in the NFL. They're not very good. So the fact that you have to go for it on 4th, you should have already got the 1st down. If this is the number 1 offense in the NFL, let's see what they're going to do. They're actually in a single back formation with Goddard. Yep, that's a false start. I think that's a false start, man. We're going to talk it over. Calling offsides. I'm not too sure about that. It looks like a false start. Oh, neutral zone infraction. Yeah, he's definitely in the neutral zone. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, he's in the neutral zone. You can't do that. So now KC gives Philly a first and goal. And he still jumped. Yeah. Jalen Hurts with another touchdown run. So they sent him in motion with the pulling guard. Yep. Yeah, 32. Yeah, he just needs to worry about Hurts. He shouldn't have worried about that other guy because that guy was already taken care of. He's the main spy. Or he's the spy, the quarterback. That's why they put him in the middle. So, but nonetheless, touchdown Eagles, 21-14. So 35 points in the first half. This game is definitely going over. I don't know what they said, 49.5. Boy, I hope people took the over on that because if this game was like 21-14 or 24-14 to the end, this would be horrible. But I definitely see this game going into the 60s, honestly. I don't see it going past that because this is what people want to see. They want to see both offenses. Was this the number one offense against what obviously KC has to be top 5. Got to be top 5. So let's see right now. Let's go to the full box score. Okay. So right now, Jalen Hurts, 13-16, 145, 1 touchdown. Like this is like manage the game numbers, man. If you're 13-16, you gotta at least have over like 200 something yards. Like he's not even touching 150. Like this is my thing. This is what the Eagles do. They play keep away. Like they'll score, then they'll rely on their defense. Like I get it. It's championship winning football because you're running the ball, but unconventionally. You have a lot of quarterback draws. You have a lot of misdirection. I get it. It works for them, but like somebody can't let this team off the hook, man, because it's easy to what they do. And of course, Jalen Hurts is a leading rusher with 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, whoop-de-doo. So you got Patrick Mahomes here, 6-9, 78 yards with a touchdown. Pacheco has 5 carries for 28 yards. Travis Kelce right now has 3 catches for 60 yards. He's the only one showing up on this receiving core. I need Juju Smith-Schuster to do something. What about Jody Fortson? All that hype about him over preseason. He ain't doing nothing. And also, where is Valdez-Scantling? Where is he at? I don't see anything on him. But right here you got A.J. Brown, 2 for 52, a touchdown. Devontae Smith, 5 for 50 already. Dallas Goedert, 3 for 21. Jalen Hurts moving the ball around. Boston Scott, 1 for 9. Gainwell, 1 for 4. Pascal, 1 for 9. The thing is Philly's offense has been on the field for the majority of the time. So, it's just what it is. Just what it is right now. Hopefully, KC's defense, despite that turnover, that gift that they got, they haven't been able to stop nothing. And I don't think they will. That's why, Kansas City's offense, they have to do something. But they got to be able to do something. Right now they just have 7 points. And, let's just say if that touchdown didn't happen, it'd be 21-7. So, they're going to have to do something, bro. You're making Sirianni look too good, man. I don't think he's that good of a coach. I mean, he just has a talent. That's all it is. I don't really think he's that good of a coach, to be honest with you. because a great coach would, get the best out of his players. Like pretty much Philly bought their Super Bowl, by adding all these players in the offseason nobody wants to talk about. You know, you're getting Hassan Reddick, in a great deal. You get AJ Brown. Come on, Cowboys. We let go of Amari Cooper. We couldn't even get him. I mean, I wonder why. You get other players. You got like somebody like a Jordan Davis. You know, good catch by Watson. It looks like Kansas City's picking up. Patrick Mahomes 7 to 10, 83 yards. He's playing a pedestrian game too, man. These quarterbacks. Look, Jalen Hurts is playing great. Don't get me wrong. He's managing the game, but if you're 13 to 16, you at least have to have like at least over 190 to 200 yards, like 225, 250 yards or something like that. Those you take away those two that big bomb. What is he? 12 or 15 for maybe what, like 90 yards? Like, come on, man, that's garbage. Like, that's not. They over glorify these quarterbacks these days. That's what they do. Because they got to throw the ball 45 to 50 times. You look at Tom Brady. Passing 5,000 yards. How many attempts was it? 7,000 attempts or something like that. Yeah, he had so many attempts. It's like, come on, man. That's probably statistically his worst year ever, even though he's had some great years. But like I said, man, it's just, nah, man, he ain't the GOAT. He ain't the GOAT. He got a lot of rings, but he really ain't the GOAT. He's just on good teams, man. You gotta. I give him his credit. He won championships, but it's not. He doesn't have no wow factor, man. Let's be clear. Tom Brady's a great player, great football player. He worked his behind off. I'm not taking no credit away from him, but to call him the GOAT, nah, I can't do that, man. Like, he had no swag to him when he was on the field. Like, everybody think he did, but he really didn't. I don't think he's better than Joe Montana. Damn sure. Hell no. Joe Montana, that dude played in. You got to understand too. If these quarterbacks played in this era today, these numbers would be off the charts. You already had quarterbacks in the 80s and 90s to run for 3,000, 4,000 yards, 5,000 yards. Like, come on, man. Like, let's be real. Like, if you had, imagine if John Elway played in this era, like this late era, like 2015 or 2015 and up. We'll go 2015 and up. Imagine that. Like, the numbers would be off the charts. You put Warren Moon in this era, it wouldn't even be close. Like, a lot of these quarterbacks are good, but, they're not that good. They're not. You put Dan Marino in this era, come on, man. They're trying to say, oh, these older quarterbacks wouldn't even be able to make the throws. Man, get out of here with that mess. How many quarterbacks in this day could throw a 70-yard pass down the field on a frozen rope? How many? Not many. Not many. It's why they draw these plays up to where it's like, they're on the 40, and you have a player go deep and they throw deep. It's like, oh my God, what a pass! Nah, it's an okay pass. Try that from the 10. Throw it down the field to a guy in stride. Come on, I'm just saying, man. A lot of quarterbacks, they can't do it. They can't. Okay, Mahomes. Oh, there's a Valdez Scanlon sighting. Yeah, they're just playing him one-on-one. Mahomes, you gotta hit that, man. Come on, bro. So Mahomes is 1289 yards in the touchdown. Where's Kelsey at? You got to go to him. All right, you got Gardner Johnson on Kelsey who's pressing him. Looks like they're going to blitz. That's a false start. Come on, 67 or 57. Got to do better than that. Throws the ball, nobody there. 3rd and 15. So Hassan Reddick finally makes his presence. So 3rd and 15 on the 30. Yeah, I definitely hit Kelsey with this one over the middle. Mahomes is down and he's hurt. Yep, that same ankle. Yep. Yeah, that's not good. And this is what typically happens, in Philly games. They be hurting quarterbacks. Yep. So this could potentially be the ball game if Mahomes is out, because Mahomes is out. I don't see them coming back. Yeah, he's hurting, man. That sucks. And this Super Bowl became interesting to now going to be a bore fest. Yep, number 18 got a good return. Yeah, this is what it is, man. It seems like everything always happens right for Philly. Everything. Players get hurt. Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, Brock Purdy just got hurt. He couldn't do nothing. Now you got Mahomes in there. It's going to be tough. Yeah, these commercials are corny, man. Like, now that commercial was cool. The Blue Moon commercial. You have two dudes with Coors Light and Miller Lite fighting over a spot. A little martial arts involved. That's actually pretty funny. All right, so still 14-21. Philly got the ball. Think they're gonna have it on past the 50 a little bit, or closer to the 50. Another touchdown scored here. This game is over. I don't see Kansas City coming back. Especially with the Mahomes injury. He re-injured that same ankle. I knew 2 weeks wasn't going to be enough time. Yeah, he could move on it and stuff, but once it gets hit or something like that, or twisted the wrong way, it's going to re-aggravate it. So yeah. Wish I saw a better outcome. Jalen Hurts going deep again. Got Devontae Smith. But is it in bounds? I got to see again. Did he have control? Nah, he didn't have control. He got to challenge that. Yeah, challenge that. He did not have control. I think that's incomplete. And as he goes to the ground with it, ball moves around. Yeah, the ball moves. Yeah, that's incomplete. No way. Nah, no sir. No sir. Yeah, nah. Does not maintain possession, I don't think. But they may give it to him, because it is a great catch. It is a big play of the Super Bowl. So, you know how the NFL is. They'll probably give it to him. But I don't think so, man. I think that's incomplete. The guy had the hand on it. Nah, that gotta be. That's a clear indication of the ball hitting the ground and not maintaining possession. Dude had the hand on it. I mean, this is a great play. This is the best angle you're gonna see. I don't think. Nah, I don't think it's a catch. But they'll probably give it to him. And it's moving around. Nah, man. Nah, man. That's a better angle. Nah, man. It's moving around like that. Yeah, that's incomplete. This is definitely incomplete. Well, yeah, I think they may overturn it. Yeah, it's incomplete. I figured that. Figured that. Guys, if you're just tuning in, just like, share, subscribe to the content. This is Black and Blue TV. Doing a pretty much Super Bowl live stream. Also on Instagram at Black8BlueTV. That's Black8BlueTV, the number 8. Yeah, just having some fun today. 21-14, 3rd and 1, 55 seconds left. I think something crazy is going to happen. 3rd and 1. I don't think the Eagles are going to get it. I think are they going to try to do another sneak? Pretty typical. Nope, they're not going to get it. Oh no, they did get it. Now they're going to try to hurry up. So they got the first down. Let's see what they're going to do. Probably go for another bomb. Safety's way back. Hurts trying to run. Again, trying to run. Going to throw it away. So second down. See, and that's the type of rush you got to have on Jalen Hurts. You got to be able to contain him. See, they stopped him initially on this sneak, but, just not enough. Nothing you could do. Chris Jones jumped over the line. It was funny, he had him, but he was being pushed back. Nothing you could do. He was in midair being pushed back, but great effort, though. But back to containing Jalen Hurts, what you're going to have to do is you're going to really pretty much have to do a rush contain on him. And what I mean by that is you pressure him, but to the point where, he can't really run anywhere. He has to kind of stay in the pocket, because if you're able to do that, he'll make mistakes. Yes, he's an okay pocket passer, but, majority of his big plays come with running with the football. So running out of the pocket, hitting an open man off of a broken coverage, or running down the sideline because he sees an open lane, that type of thing. Because if you don't contain him, what will happen is he's just going to run wild on you the whole game. See, I think if you keep him congested in the pocket, he'll make a little bit, more indecisive. He'll be a little bit more indecisive, is what I'm trying to say. So so it's really interesting to see. 23 seconds left, 3rd and 4. Let's see what happens. Of course, they're in the shotgun formation. Gainwell's been playing the majority of the game. That's surprising to me. But, I think he is the better back out of all three. He's more shifty. He has more speed. And so 3rd and 4, give it to A.J. Brown. Yeah, you can't be doing that, man. A.J. Brown inside the 20, yeah. See, that's the thing. If you play soft coverage on A.J. Brown, he's going to eat you alive. So that's pretty soft, if you ask me. Like, the guy puts one hand on him, nah, man, you got to try to jack him up. Like, don't out-physical him, but, throw his rhythm off. You know what I mean? If you're able to throw his rhythm off, then, that pass doesn't come out like that. It's not as timed. But, 1st and 10 for the Eagles, man. Their offense has been pretty dominant this first half, I'm not going to lie. And despite that, fumble by Jalen Hurts, I see that, I see this game honestly being a blowout. Good play. They hit Gainwell up with the catch. 21 came up there, made the stop. That's a good play. Got 6 seconds left, so I guess they're going to go for the field goal to be up 24-14, which is not a bad lead, up 10 at halftime, But, hey, Kansas City's staying in it. Definitely staying in it. But if I'm Mahomes right now, I got to figure out how I'm going to change my game plan, because Mahomes, he's mobile too. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It looks to be about a 35-yard attempt, See what happens. I think he'll probably make it. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so 24-14 at halftime, semi-exciting. First started off, fast-paced, but now it's kind of dwindling down. We'll see how Mahomes is. He looks a little gimpy. Hopefully he gets treatment at halftime for it. He's going to have to do something about that ankle, but it'll be a little bit difficult. So far we have Jalen Hurts 17-22, 183 yards, 1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts 11 carries, 63 yards, 2 touchdowns. I guess they're trying to make him MVP. You got Patrick Mahomes 8-13, 89 yards, a touchdown. Pacheco 5 carries, 28 yards. Kelsey 3 receptions, 60 yards. See, when I look at the Eagles stats, they had the ball the majority of the time. And that's because of that Kansas City defense can't stop them. You got A.J. Brown 3 for 74, 1 touchdown. You got Devontae Smith 6 for 55, 9.2 average. You got Goddard 3 for 21. Jalen Hurts has been hitting more receivers. You got Valdez Scanlon, no catches, 1 target. Like that, come on. Like you signed him for a reason. Looking at the defense, T.J. Edwards is 4 tackles. Willie Gay, he has 6 tackles, 5 solo. No sacks on either end. So the quarterback hasn't gotten sacked at all. No picks. Just a fumble by Jalen Hurts, which was recovered by, forgot his name. He's on here somewhere, but you look at that and the offense is not doing too much to turn the ball over, which is good. Despite that 1 turnover, like I said, by Jalen Hurts in the first quarter, but other than that, you're not really getting much out of the defenses in this game. And I kind of figured you wouldn't because both teams' strong suits to me is their offense. Like even though Philly has a great defense, I still think their strong suit is the offense because you have so many weapons. You have Sanders, you have Gainwell, you have A.J. Brown. You got Devontae Smith, Zach Pascal, Dallas Goddard, Quez Watkins. You got these weapons that are pretty good in open space. And all you need is the quarterback to get the ball to him. And he doesn't even have to throw for that many yards, a la Jalen Hurts. He just has to manage the game. So, I'm looking at that, and it's, it is what it is. Each quarterback missed 5 passes. So, even if you double this, 89, they'd probably have identical numbers. So, yeah, so the halftime show going to be extra long. Yeah, I don't even care who's performing, to be honest with you. You watch so many Super Bowls, now it's all about, just for the show. It's really just marketing. Yeah, the game is being played, but, it's all about the commercials. It's all about, it's pretty much all about, the marketability. Yeah, they're going to have the halftime show, and then, of course, you're going to have some singer, whoever it is. It's going to be 15, 20 minutes long. Time to get a snack break or a beer break, but yeah, that ankle is definitely going to be something for Patrick Mahomes. Look, guys, I'll be right back. anyways, guys, I'm on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram right now. So on YouTube, it's Black and Blue TV. On Instagram, it's Black8BlueTV. Thank you guys for coming in and showing you boys some love. I really appreciate it. And we're just gonna keep this thing going. You know, definitely gonna keep this thing going. So like I said, it's 24-14 right now. It looks like Philly is 30 minutes away from winning another Super Bowl in 6 years. I think they're second in 6 or 7 years, I'm pretty sure. Just to go over the stats, you got Jalen Hurts is playing a great game, 17-22, 183, 8.3 average, touchdown. Then he's carrying the ball 11 times for 63 yards, 5.7 average, 2 touchdowns. Mahomes, he's playing a good game too. He just hasn't seen the field enough, I don't think. And, for Kansas City, they really have to capitalize off of, what opportunities that they're given. Because if they're not able to do that, this game's going to be over. So Rihanna's a halftime show. Okay, so she must have had her baby already. That's great, but yeah, I'm not watching that. See, halftime shows, they're all right. They used to be good, but last year's halftime show was okay. I think you had Snoop, you had Dre, you had a lot of the artists that I grew up watching. You had Eminem, that was good, for the West Coast, but for the most part, these halftime shows, they're just, this is a time where you make your beer runs, you make your wing runs, you order off of Uber Eats, or you go to a store and you grab something real quick. If you're a smoker, you grab your cigarettes, your Dutches, whatever. This is the time to do that now, so you don't miss, the second half, because this is just all for show. This is for the people at the stadium, Like these halftime shows, they're a little bit too drawn out. But yeah, this is the last game of the year, last game of the season for everybody. So, you got the USFL starting off, you got the XFL starting off. So I'll be doing coverage on those because, those guys are pretty much auditioning for the NFL. You have these leagues which are good, in the middle of winter and towards spring, that gets them ready right, for training camp in the summertime. Because what's going to happen is a lot of teams are going to be looking for filled positions such as, or skilled positions such as receiver, running back, tight end, guard, tackle. And on the defense, they're going to be looking for a lot of corners and safeties as they can play. Because as you can see in the NFL, safeties and corners, they get hurt a lot. And, some of them just don't come back. Prime example, Jordan Lewis for the Cowboys, he was out for the season this year. Same with Anthony Brown, out for the season this year. And those were two key players that we needed that we could have had. Now, granted, the rookies did step up and did play well. However, those were two big blows to our defense. Because imagine if we had those two guys as well, along with Bland and, others who were contributing as well. So, I look at it as, this is a great opportunity for young guys to display their skills, especially in different leagues. And, with the XFL, I'm curious to see how they're going to do things. I think they had a great concept when they first came out, but it was just watered down because you didn't really have good play from all the players. The coaching was shoddy. The rules were a little bit different, but at the same point in time, it didn't get enough exposure. So I guess The Rock is, trying to implement some things. Let's see what he's able to do, and I'm curious to see what the USFL is going to do as well, because this is their second season. They're running it back turbo on you guys again. So, we'll see what happens. Now, do I think these leagues will ever be bigger than the NFL? Hell no. That's never going to happen. What these leagues are here to do is pretty much, fine-tune players' skill sets, and get them acclimated to the NFL, because of course, It's like NFL Europe. Remember, you had the Frankfurt Galaxy, the Scottish Claymores, the Rhine Fire, the I don't know, the Barcelona Dragons. It's that type of thing, but it's in the States. And what's curious to see is that I think the NFL is definitely going to expand more into the European countries, because I think they just signed a deal to where they're going to be displaying more games overseas. So I think that's a good thing. I think Roger Goodell, that's a business move, a good boss move. But even though I do not like him, I don't like him or Dean Blandino at all, because I think those guys are really corrupting the NFL and putting too much politics into it, where people just want to watch a game. I understand that players have a voice. It's great that players have a voice, but I think they should do it on a different platform. I just don't think they should do it in the NFL, because what that's going to do, that's going to piss other people off that just want to watch football. We have news outlets, we have media outlets, we have CNN, MSNBC, Fox News. We have all these outlets that can talk about political issues and also social issues that's happening within this country. But when the NFL gets involved and makes it just about that, it takes away from the purity of the game. And people could kill me in the comments if they want to. I really don't give a damn. But yeah, I don't want to hear about, something that's politically engineered and in the NFL, as opposed to hearing it on MSNBC and Fox News. I'd go to those channels for that, not the NFL. And with Roger Goodell, he's definitely bending the knee, and especially on this Michael Irvin situation. First of all, I hope Michael Irvin sues the NFL. He should sue NFL Network and ESPN for, believing what that lady said. Because honestly, that complaint was garbage. There's two witnesses that already stood up for Michael Irvin and have talked about what happened, and he was there just joking and laughing, and he didn't even take a drink. And he said he was drinking earlier, and the man seems disciplined. He's 56 years old, still in shape. Looks like he could still play. And when you look at that and you see the fact that, somebody who was either a hater or didn't like what he said decided to complain, see, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. And this woke Me Too BS needs to stop, because now it's believing all types of women. A woman could say that man 10 yards down the street, hit her. And that man never even encountered with her, and that man could go to jail. No, that needs to stop. That needs to stop. And I hope the woman he sues, give up that money, whatever businesses she has to fork over to, because that's just egregious. This is an NFL Hall of Famer. Yes, he's had his time in the past with certain women, this, that, and the third, but in this country, it's always guilty until proven innocent instead of innocent until proven guilty. This is ridiculous. Now it's like, I get it, and I'm not going against women who had that happen to them. But what I'm saying is this, this is just egregious and ridiculous. If you walk within 10 feet of a woman, she could say that, she's been molested by you or whatever. That's ridiculous, or sexual assaulted, whatever. It's horrible. You can't just believe anything a chick says. My mom even told me this when growing up. So if my mom is telling me this, why are people acting like this? Especially ESPN. Well, let's go in on ESPN, because Malika Andrews can say anything she wants about black athletes. She could say whatever she wants about Ime Udoka. She could say whatever she wants about Kendrick Perkins. That's okay. But the minute you say something about her, or you say something about, the woman involved in the Ime Udoka scandal, the minute you say that, she gets upset. That should tell you something. And honestly, ESPN, they should lose all credibility for hiring her. Yesterday I was watching that show. They had her look like a whole Easter egg. It's not even March yet. Whoever her stylist is should be fired, because she looks garbage. She always looks garbage on that show. And I'm not even saying that as a hater. I'm just saying that as just a person, because, at least when Rachel Nichols was on the show, it was better. Because she didn't have such a, outlandish opinion. When you say Jason Tatum isn't a superstar, you're a moron. You should honestly lose all credibility. You really should. And they just give Malika Andrews chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And to me, she's not even a great reporter. She's not. Like she's very biased. She's super. First of all, she's a super feminist. So now you have super woke and super feminist on that show. Like anybody wants to listen to her garbage, because she is garbage. You know, at least Miss Obumike, like I like her perspectives because she sticks to basketball, but Malika Andrews is a god the honest moron. Like she really is. And the fact that she got that gig and the fact that ESPN gave her that job, it just shows how weak ESPN is. You know, like even First Take, they let Molly have an opinion. No, Molly is a moderator. She needs to shut up half the time because half the time she doesn't know what she's talking about. And that's just facts. It just is what it is. Like, okay, no, I don't want to hear about what you had a bad hair day. No, I don't want to hear about how you spilled coffee this morning. Nobody cares about that. Who cares about that? Really, who cares? And then you make that the highlight of the show. You take away from Stephen A's point. You cut off what Keyshawn Johnson has to say. You know, anytime Damian Woody gives something, he's always cut off by her. You know, Bart Scott, all these other people, it's like, shut up. Just do your job. Be a moderator. Stop trying to add your 2 cents. First of all, nobody cares about your opinion. Secondly, your opinion doesn't make sense. So if your opinion doesn't make sense, who's going to care about it anyway? Because it can't register because it doesn't make sense. And third of all, stop using the woe is me. Same with Malika Andrews. Like, she needs to shut up sometimes. And the producer lets her go because, you know, this whole woke feminism crap is really killing sports. You know, even in the NBA, look at what's happening in the NBA. Look at all these missed calls now. These are more missed calls than ever. And you have female line judges. You know, you have women referees. Coaching, like refereeing the NBA. Stop. Why can't they do the WNBA? Why don't they stick to that? You know, see, that's the problem I have, because now it's like, okay, you know, women want their own sports. Granted, you have it now. But now you want to get into men's sports. Why? Why can't you just leave us alone? We've left your product alone, and apparently it can't even stand on 2 legs at all. The WNBA is funded by the NBA every single year. And now WNBA players want revenue shares of the NBA. Get out of here. For what? Why do you need revenue shares of the NBA? You don't need that. You need revenue shares of your own league. Even women don't even watch the WNBA because it's so boring. And of course, now you have Candace Parker going to the Las Vegas Aces, the team that won the title last year. Like, get out of here. Like, come on. Like, who's going to watch that watered-down NBA product? See, here's the thing. I used to watch women's college basketball, and I used to like it. Here's why. Because of the purity of the game. You know, yeah, you had women who couldn't do as much as men, but you know what? They went out there, they still back cut, they still set screens, they still shot threes, and they still played great defense. And I didn't judge them on it. Nowadays, they're trying to be like men too much. You have a rim-grazing dunk from a chick, right? Everybody's hooping and hollering. But a guy does a reverse 360 through the legs windmill dunk, and nobody even cheers. That is the problem with today's society. We're putting one on a pedestal, and we're diminishing another. Like, it's like we're trying to put the WNBA up here and the NBA right here, when in actuality, it's the NBA and the WNBA. Because if you're an organization that has to keep funding another organization year after year after year after year after year, like, come on. Like, is it a dud product or is it not? They're trying so hard to keep this product alive. You know, and it's like, nah, man, like, do away with that. Like, have them chicks go overseas or something. Like, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to see that. And now they're trying to fight like guys in the WNBA. It's so corny to me. Like, it's super corny. Like, it's just cornball status. You know? But, you know, Malika Andrews on ESPN, she's going to praise that. Like, oh my God, I think those ladies are so talented and so great. But yet, a black man gets on the show, she asks stupid questions. Like, I'm glad Giannis walked out of her interview because she's a moron. Like, she should be fired. She's not a good journalist. I do not like her as a journalist. You know, I like people like Doris Burke, who are very well respected. You know, she's been doing, and it doesn't even matter if she's a white woman at all, because she's very centered, and also, you know, she has skin in the game. She's been doing it for years. Very respectable, I think. You know, she keeps it to the game. Malika Andrews wants to put her personal feelings into it. Nobody cares about that crap. Nobody does. You know, I hate seeing her on NBA Today. Like, it's so annoying. Like, they just won't fire her. Obviously, they won't fire her because the producers probably like her. They're probably doing something backdoor or whatever. Who knows? Like, you know how the industry is in that. Like, she's probably screwing somebody in that office to keep her job because and I don't even care what anybody says because she's not credible. Her questions suck. Like, her questions are stupid. Like, Trey Young was laughing at her one interview because it's like, yeah, like, your questions are like really, really dumb. Because they are. No substance to the question. Nothing at all. How does it feel like playing with those guys? Like, you're asking softball questions, bro. Like, stop. And you just really ruin. And I used to like watching NBA Today, man, because it has credible people on there. You got Richard Jefferson, Kendrick Perkins, you got Vince Carter from time to time. You have other players as well. You have Brian Windhorst, of course. But then you have Malika Andrews that just does not know how to shut her damn mouth. Somebody needs to put a muzzle on her sometimes. And honestly, they do because she doesn't make any sense. She's just trying to get shock value. And the fact that they hired her sister, who's even more horrible, her sister's garbage. Her sister's garbage reporter, bro. Like, she doesn't know what she's doing. Like, come on, man. Like, I understand how Rachel Nichols feels. Like, and of course, like, they put out that, that I guess that voicemail or whatever. Like, honestly, like, I understood how she felt, man. She was railroaded. ESPN railroaded her for, like, other talent. And Maria Taylor, she went to, and she curved ESPN because what happened? She went to where? Where did she go? She went to NBC. She does Sunday Night Football now. So not only did ESPN drop the ball on that, they hired somebody else because, of course, they couldn't go back to Rachel Nichols. I guess she's priced out of the game, so they got, this Thundercat. That's what I'm gonna call her, a Thundercat, because that's what she really is. Malika Andrews, and it's just terrible. And of course, people don't like her. They should be fired. And ESPN's gonna keep her because they see, promise in her. I don't see any promise in her. I see her as the next Carrie Champion, to be honest with you, because Carrie Champion, the reason why, she can't get a job is simply because she doesn't know when to shut up either. Same thing with Jamel Hill. There's a problem with these chicks that are so opinionated. I get it, have an opinion. But then to just have disdain for, like, black athletes and black men, that's really egregious of you to do. Now, I remember meeting Jamel Hill at an airport, and I appreciated the work that she did. You know what she told me? She said Michael Smith is over there. I'm like, this stupid. But I get it. She's a man-hater. She was always a man-hater, They like a certain demographic of men, but I'm not even going to get into that because it is what it is. To each his own. Like, I'm not mad at a preference, but, I see why these chicks, like, are in the dungeon now of, like, journalism. And Malika Andrews is well on her way, to be honest with you. When ESPN finds somebody better and more professional, they're going to drop her. And I think that's the reason why they're keeping her, because she gives some type of ratings. And, of course, the whole thing with Stephen A. Smith and stuff, calling into a show, trying to control things when she has no control at all, and that's a problem, And I think, and even on that show, I think Kendrick Perkins, he feels some type of way because he gets cut off by her. And it's like, chick, who are you? Like, I've been in the league over 10 years. I've been around players who've won titles and championships. You do not know what you're talking about. But, of course, the executive producer knows what he's doing, apparently, by giving her, so much power. That guy, he needs to be fired, too, because he's a moron. He's ruining NBA Today as we speak. He ruins that show. It's good when he has Michael Wilbon, Stephen A. Smith, Jalen Rose, and I forget the other guy who's on there, too. But it's good that they have that cast because I like that cast better. They talk about basketball or, if they have Mr. Boo McKay on there, And one thing I will say about Candace Parker, she is good at what she does. Especially with NBA TV. I do like her on NBA TV. I'm not dogging her in any way, shape, or form. She knows the game of basketball. She understands, the X's and O's and, placement and spacing and stuff. And, of course, in college, she was a phenomenal player. I'm not taking anything away from her. But it's just these other joints that they need to just be quiet. They don't know what they're talking about. And to the average listener, it's going to go over their head simply because they're going to be like, they're going to look at her aesthetically and be like, oh, man, she's right. When no, in actuality, she's not right. She's really just feeding you garbage. That's what Malika Andrews is. I'm gonna call her I should call her Oscar the Grouch. That's her new nickname. Because she's trash anyway, and you know, yeah, she looks good, but she's trash anyway with her talking points and her opinions. So she's Oscar the Grouch, and she's always mad. I think she's mad at black men. She hates black men, honestly. Deep down, she really hates them. Because the disdain I see in her face when, she's with Kendrick Perkins and, Richard Jefferson and, of course, Vince Carter and everything. Like, I see the disdain in her face. Like, pay attention to her facial expressions when you watch that show. She really doesn't like, yeah, she doesn't like black men at all, especially affluent, successful black men. She hates them. She probably thinks of the average Joe like me as a cockroach anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So that's fine. I really don't care. Really don't want anything to do with Malika Andrews. Wouldn't even want to be 10 foot near the woman because she's just a basket case of garbage. That's what she is. She's Oscar the Grouch. That's what she is. But even women in football, like Lisa Salters. I like Lisa Salters. I like Pam Oliver. Erin Andrews, whatever. Joy Taylor's okay. She's all right. I mean, of course, she's sisters of Jason Taylor, played Miami Dolphins. She's okay. But, women football is good. Pam Oliver, she's been there for years. I respect the hell out of her, especially as a journalist. There are others, some on the NFL Network site, I see what they're trying to do, like this inclusion crap. They're really trying to make it like Good Morning America, and that's what's really annoying about it. Like, it really is annoying because, you get up, before you go to work, you want to be able to watch just a little bit of a football program, and you just see these broads on there just talking about makeup and talking about, it's tough as a woman. Like, nobody wants to hear that. Who wants to hear that? Like, I don't want to wake up and hear that. If I'm going to do that, I'll watch Lifetime or something. Like, honestly, let's be honest about this. I'll watch Lifetime. Don't want to watch you. Don't want to watch you complain on national television. Save that for something else. And that's just what it is, man. That's just what it is. But yeah, going on my rant. Still halftime, 24-14. Please like, share, and subscribe to the content. It's Black and Blue TV. I'm on 2 platforms right now. I'm on YouTube at BlackNBlueTV, and I'm also on Instagram at Black8BlueTV. So when you guys get a chance, just tune in. This is my 3rd live stream. Earlier I couldn't get things rocking, but now I was able to, and had a few people in the chat before. Definitely show some love. If you guys want to donate, it's in the description box. Just trying to have a good time, have a good Sunday. Wish I was in Glendale right now. I tell you that. It's 68 degrees in Glendale, beautiful weather. So. After that, people are definitely going out drinking and having a good time. So the 3rd quarter is about to be underway. And I'm honestly shocked, man. They didn't get Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. They got Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olsen for the Super Bowl. That's weird. I mean, I get it. I guess it's because it's network based, but if it's Fox, it's like, come on, because Joe Buck, he does games. I thought Joe Buck does games for Fox, like baseball games. And Troy Aikman, they could just tell him to come over. I just don't understand it. So, I guess that they're just trying to keep them on Monday Night Football strictly. But I'm like, if I were them, nah, you have to have Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. You got to have them too. Because right now they're kind of, it's bad. I'm glad Chris Collinsworth is out of there. He sucks. He was so boring. Like, he just... nobody wants to hear that, man. Like, he tried to be John Madden, but a nasally John Madden. Like, what a play that was. Like, come on, bro. Like, you got no swag, no nothing. You just regular, and not even regular. You're annoying, and then you want to, prop up your Pro Football Focus BS. Like, come on, man. Like, who cares about that? Pro Football Focus is like, bro, stop it. Stop it. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that, man. At least Troy Aikman keeps the X's and O's. That's why everybody loved John Madden, because even though what he said was so simple, he added something to it. Like, boom, pow, all that stuff. He's like, then the guy's going to come right here, then boom. Like, people are gravitated. They pay attention to that stuff. They don't want to hear your nasally voice all the time, All right, Pacheco with the run, our 1st down. Got a gain of like 5 to 6. That's a good start for the Chiefs. The Chiefs are really gonna have to run the ball, simply because Patrick Mahomes is a little gimpy, and I think if they run the ball, it sets up play action and it sets up one-on-one coverage with receivers, especially Travis Kelce, and they have to get it going because Travis Kelce, he's the only receiver with over like 50 receiving yards. The second person is 12, Gerald McKinnon, and Juju Schuster-Smith and Valdez Scanlon. They got to get involved, man. And the majority of the time, they facing one-on-one coverage. And Pacheco again, you got to gain a 2 to 3. So it's third and short. But yeah, sorry about that rant on women in sports. I don't mind women in sports, but what I don't like is the narratives that they do, man. The narratives are annoying. Like it really is. Like that's what. Anyways, like I don't mind it at all. Like I understand, like it. Some of it is needed, but at the same point in time, it's like stop changing the narrative. This is a male-dominated sport. Okay, 3rd and 1. Okay, that McKinnon with the first down. Yep, Gerald McKinnon with the first down. So the Chiefs are running the ball, still 24-14, obviously. And this third quarter is getting off to a good start. Andy Reid dialing up some things, seeing what they can do. Now the Chiefs have been down before, and they're known for coming back. They have come back before, so we'll see what happens. Looks like caught by Kelce. Yep, caught by Kelce, first down. And that should be a flag. But it's not. Guy just choked Patrick Mahomes. I guess they could do that. Another running play. Number 24. Something more. Is that Dre Moore? I'm not sure. But yeah, Andy Reid is attacking, the defense horizontally, which is smart. He wants to. I mean, it's smart, but at the same point in time, like you can still run at him. And I think that he's trying to do that to soften up this coverage. Yep. Keep running. Oh wow, I guess they called him down. Wow, really? That's weird. Was he down? Yeah, it didn't look like he was down, man. That's crazy. 25-yard line. McKinnon again. Gain of 5. Yeah, they got to keep running the ball. That's what's softening up this Eagles defense if they run the ball. Keep running at him. That defense is getting tired. Hassan Reddick getting a little tired. Okay, you got Big Set with McKinnon on the outside. Got another running back on the outside. Got Kelce in the middle. There's Mahomes running to the 10, to the 5. First and goal. Running a little gimpy, but that's all right. He's trying. If he messes around and wins this game on a bum ankle, I give him all the credit in the world. Because this is tough. As he loses his balance, he's rolling to the right, and he's like, man, I'm just going to get it. This is a good drive by the Chiefs, man. This is a very good drive. This is a good response from the first half when you look at it. They got the ball on the 5 to McKinnon, to the 2, to the 1. Looks like to the 1 yard line, little bit inside the 1 yard line. So 2nd and goal inside the 1. Yeah, they're gonna give the ball. Yeah, get the ball to number 10. Have him score. Yeah, touchdown Pacheco. Yeah. Big play, big response drive from from the Chiefs. So Mahomes 11 to 16, 115, 1 touchdown. Mahomes looked good on that drive. Pacheco 8 for 38. Mahomes 3 for 25 on a gimp ankle. McKinnon 2 for 21. His averages are pretty good. But the Eagles, you got Hurts 1163, 5.7. Gainwell 6 for 18, 3 yards. Miles Sanders 2 for -2. Yeah, the Eagles are gonna have to do some adjustments. I'm curious what they're gonna do, man, because when you look at it, I don't know. I don't know what more they could have done in the first half than they're doing now. So yeah. Anyways, watching some of the commercials. Yeah, the commercials are getting worse and worse. I was Gronk gonna make this field goal. So Gronk missed it. Whatever. So Elon Musk is at the Super Bowl. Okay, wonderful. They're having a lot of slipping issues. All right, so 1st and 10 for Philly. You know, once again, this is Black and Blue TV. Please like, share, subscribe to the content, as I'll be coming out with more for you. I'm also on Instagram at Black8BlueTV. That is Black8BlueTV. And thank you guys for joining me. So 1st down pass. Wow. Is that a fumble? Yeah, it's a fumble. They count that as a fumble. Yep, they count that as a touchdown. So another fumble by Philadelphia is costing them this game. Yeah, clearly catches. That's a football move. One, two. I mean, you're gonna need evidence to overturn that, but yeah, Philly looks like they're just crumbling right now. But to me, I think that's going to be incomplete because, I mean, unless, excuse me, unless he did a juke or some sort, you know, I don't think that. I think it's going to be overturned. Yeah, it's a bang bang play. I think it's incomplete, but and that's his second touchdown return, number 32, whoever that guy is. That's a huge play. That is a huge play. Even though it's going to be a scoring review. I mean, I don't know if it stands. I don't think it stands. If it does, hey, like if it stands, then that Devontae Smith catches. Yeah, it's incomplete. Yeah, that's what I thought. Incomplete 2nd down. But to me, these are easy calls, man. It's nothing like that Dez Bryant that catch that should have been that should have been ruled a catch, and they overturned it because of Dean Blandino. You know that I guess that was a inside job, but I'm not saying nothing about that. Yeah, I can't stand Dean Blandino. He's a moron. He really is a moron. He's like, well, he doesn't even know. He's never played an ounce of football in his life, and he controls replay. Like that should tell you something. 2nd and 10, short pass to A.J. Brown. So it's going to be 3rd and about 5, 6 for the Eagles. So we'll see. But at least this game is picking up a little bit. So 3rd and 6. From the 29-yard line. Gonna see what happens. So you got Gainwell in motion. Hurts in the shotgun. Hurts looking. Finds Goddard for the 1st down. See, you got it. Trust in your tight end. They love doing those kind of drag routes to. I don't even know if he made it. They might need to challenge that. He might have not caught it. We played to Quez Watkins for a gain of 7. So this is what Philly is good at. They're going to hurry up a little bit. They got Casey on their heels after that big momentum play. But, yeah, Miles Sanders, he is not having a good game. Maybe the Cowboys need to get him. He had Corey Clement one time, but that didn't work. And Hurts throws it away on 2nd and 2. So it's 3rd and short. Big play on 3rd and short. 7:44 left in the quarter. Super Bowl is going by pretty fast, man. Yeah, that's because I've been doing all this talking. I don't know, but. So 3rd and 2, you got Goddard in motion. You got that bunch tight end formation again. Got Gainwell with the ball running, and he got the first down. So, yeah, Philly's going to keep running the ball. They're probably going to run this down to like 4 minutes, you know, around there. So you got 1st and 10, 44-yard line. KC's playing soft coverage. Hurts back to pass. Look like he's about to run, and he slides. And see, that's what they need to do. That's how they should contain him. You know, minimal yards. You know, have him in the pocket. Have him congest the pocket. Don't have him roll out to the side, because if he rolls out to one side, that's where he's deadly. You know, so if he is able, if the Kansas City Chiefs are able to contain him in the pocket, that's where he will actually, you know, be less effective, in my opinion. He'll be less effective in the pocket, in my opinion. So now we got 2nd and 9. See what they're going to do. So far, it's been 7 plays, 33 yards, and 3 minutes and 11 seconds. So got Hurts back to pass, going deep. Quez Watkins, you got to catch that, boy. You got to catch that one. That was a good pass by Hurts. Under pressure, too. Guy in his face. There was a beautiful pass to Watkins. He has to catch that. Has him. Boom, yeah, you got to catch that. You got to come down with that. That's money right there. Third and 9 now. So you got 3rd and 9. Hopefully there's a spy on him. I think somebody's spying him. Yeah, it's going to be a flag. Looks like it's either false start, delayed game, or timeout. One of those 3. One of the 3, I guess. Delayed game off Philly. So now it's going to be a 3rd and long, 3rd and 14. So, you know, the Chiefs are, you know, they really, yeah, the Chiefs really, you know, they're getting some good luck against them, you know, because they only have 3 penalties for 14 yards. Philly has 4 for 24. So, you know, all they got to do is just contain Hurts. Don't let him extend the play, and they'll be getting the ball back. Hurts back to pass. Dallas Goedert is a beast. That was a beautiful pass. Perfect pass. Does he maintain possession now? Caught it on the helmet. Ooh, good hit. They're going to try to see if he caught it. I think it's a catch. You know, he looks like he maintained possession. Oh, no. One, two. Yeah, he got that. Yeah, that's possession. Oh, he was bobbling it, but yeah, he has possession. That's a catch. Yeah, that's definitely a catch. You know. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. You know, Black and Blue TV. I'm on 2 platforms. The first platform I'm on is, of course, YouTube at Black and Blue TV. Second platform I'm on is also Instagram at Black8BlueTV. That is Black8BlueTV. So, you know, they're reviewing this play right now. I think Goddard caught that, honestly. You know, I really think he caught that. So, So Andy Reid's about to challenge this play. So also too, if you guys want to donate to the channel, all my tags are in the description. That's if you want to donate, whether it's 99 cents, $1, $2, it don't matter. I'll take it. But yeah, so far so good. Right now, the score's at 44 points. Said the game was going to go to 60 points. That's what it looked like. But of course, Vegas wants to keep you hanging. So I think this game was at 49.5 or 46.5. I'm not sure, but it's definitely going to go over. It's just a matter of when. And hopefully this game picks up a little bit more in the fourth quarter. I want to definitely see more big plays, as opposed to this stuff. Yeah, Hurts is 21 of 29, 229. Like, come on, man. He's throwing 30 times a game and only has 230 yards. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. Yeah, and of course, it's a play. The play stands. First down, Dallas Goedert. It was a great catch. I mean, they want to say he had possession. I think he had possession. So it's 1st and 10 for Philly. 5:55 left. Philly's on the 30-yard line. Let's see if they can punch it in. If they're able to punch it in, it's going to be tough for Kansas City to come back. But we'll see what KC can do. All right, so they're giving it to Miles Sanders. Got a gain of a few, 3 to 4. Miles Sanders is not really having that great of a game. And I'm kind of shocked about this. I thought he would play better, but, you have players like Gainwell and Hurts and, Boston Scott who are really stepping up to the occasion. Maybe for next season, they might get rid of Miles Sanders and just keep Gainwell and Boston Scott because essentially I think that's all what they need right now. Miles Sanders is good, but, I think Scott and, Gainwell are a little bit better and a little bit more suited for this offense. Giving it to Sanders again. He gets a gain of 5. So it'll be 3rd and 1. So it'll be 3rd and short for Philly. 3rd and short for Philly. if I was Kansas City, if I don't stop them, because you already know what they're going to do. Oh, they're not doing the sneak. I'm surprised. They should do the QB sneak as they always do. But I don't think they're going to. Oh, there we go. Yep. They're going to do the sneak. Nope. They do the option. Nope. They didn't get it. I don't know why they didn't do that. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. They were gonna do the sneak, but they faked it to the option, trying to get cute. Fourth and 1. Looks like they got it. Actually, it depends on the spot. Yeah, it's another first down. Yeah, so first and 10, Philadelphia. What do you know? Defense is back on the field, but hopefully Philly doesn't screw up, and they have an empty set backfield with Jalen Hurts. Well, what do we know? He may run. He's getting rushed out of the pocket. Wow, that was a good play by number 99. He forced him out. He cut off his angle. He wasn't as fast, but so second and 11. Hurts back to pass. Wow. Incomplete. So it's going to be third and 11. So once again, if Kansas City could weather the storm and only hold this team to a field goal, they're in good shape. And that should, wow, Kelsey with the shot. Kelsey gave that cornerback a shot off the screenplay. Lucky they didn't call nothing. So third and 11, 20-yard line. Kansas City got the coverage backed off a little bit. That should be another flagger. I think it's a timeout. Timeout Philly. Yeah, Philly with their clock management, they're looking like the Cowboys right now, to be honest with you. All right, so here we go. Third and 11. 20-yard line. Got Devontae Smith in the slot. Goddard in the slot. A.J. Brown in the slot. Back to pass. They got it to Gainwell. Gainwell short. Short of the first down. Good play by number 32 on the Chiefs. Gainwell might have could have had it, but he was swarmed by everybody. So, yeah, he wasn't going to get that. So with Philly now, they are going to get this field goal probably. And the Chiefs, they have a chance now to see what they can do offensively. They haven't had as many opportunities as the Eagles have had. But, I will say that, KC's defense has been playing well. The 24 points, I don't know. I don't think Philly has scored at all this second half because they had 24 in the first half. So, but anyways, guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the content. It's Black and Blue TV. I'm on 2 platforms, YouTube and also Instagram. And Instagram, it's Black8BlueTV. And on YouTube, it's Black and Blue TV. Thank you for joining me. But, 27-21 Philly. So it's at 48 right now. Definitely this game's going to go over. And right now, you got to give it to Kansas City's defense. They're weathering the storm right now. You got to give it to them. Weathering the storm. So I'm looking at it like you have Jalen Hurts 22 of 31, 234, 7.5, 1 touchdown and a pick. You got Patrick Mahomes 11 of 16, 115 yards, 7.2 average and a touchdown. So you have, I'm looking at it right now, and they're pretty much containing, Jalen Hurts. Because ever since then, Jalen Hurts has had 13 carries, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So in the second half, he's had 2 carries for what? 2 carries for maybe like -2 yards. Something, actually, no, not -2. 2 carries for maybe what, 10 yards, 12 yards? So when I look at that, yeah. It's a good job by Casey's defense, which, by the way, they shouldn't even be in this game. I think if anything, it's Philly that's really screwing up. Because honestly, let's face it, Philly should have at least 30 to 40 points on the board. How do you go to San Fran? You put up 38, and not go to San Fran. San Fran comes to you, and it's 38-7, and you manhandled. Come on, you manhandled supposedly the #1 defense in football. So I look at that, and it's just baffling. But yet you're struggling against Kansas City. Kansas City's defense is nowhere near San Francisco 49ers defensive caliber. Nowhere near. But it is a Super Bowl, so of course anything can happen, right? But tackles, there's still no turnovers this game. Just penalties. Fumble. Let me see. Kansas City fumbles. Creed Humphrey had a fumble. He recovered it. Miles Sanders, Jalen Hurts had a fumble. He lost. Miles Sanders had a fumble. He lost. So he lost both fumbles. Or no, he didn't lose. He didn't lose that fumble. Remember, guess it wasn't a fumble. Yeah, he fumbled out of bounds. So the only fumble that was lost was one, and that was Jalen Hurts. So 145 left. Looking at next-gen stats on Jalen Hurts, 11 rushes, 54 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7 first downs. He has 62 first downs this season, most in the NFL. And his ratio is plus 19 over the expected amount a person should have of first downs. That's pretty damn good. But Patrick Mahomes with the football, first down. Kelsey, gain of 3. So let's see what Casey does. I think Casey's going to come down here and score. Yeah, there's a lot of slipping problems on this field. I think probably because of the halftime. Like, that's just weird. Everybody's slipping on this field. I don't get it. And Arizona is like known for being dry, not really moisture. All right, there we go. A Juju Schuster-Smith sighting. First down for Juju. Second catch of the day. Hopefully we can get Valdez-Scantling involved. I'd like to see that, Even Mahomes is slipping. So 1st and 10. Give to Pacheco, big hole, and he has another first down. It looks like. Yeah, Pacheco, man, he's the key to this game. You know, for the Chiefs, I was saying it earlier. He's the key because, you know, he's the workhorse of the team. He could get you 10, 15, 20, 20 yards, you know, off of a carry, man. And, you know, that's definitely needed. And, you know, for the Chiefs, they're going to need that more than ever this second half. Because if Philly just catches fire with it a couple of drives, this game is over. Like, there's no coming back at all. There's no coming back. Like, and then you got Pacheco again with another big run. You know, wearing down this Philadelphia defense. You know, all right, another commercial, another woke commercial. All right, guys, I'll be right back. What's going on, guys? Please like, share, and subscribe to the content. This is your boy Charles with Black and Blue TV. I'm on two platforms. First platform is, of course, YouTube. That's where we're live streaming from. The second platform is Instagram at Black8BlueTV. Black8BlueTV, the number 8. So now it's 1st and 10 for Kansas City. Fourth quarter is underway, 15 minutes. See what Mahomes does. He's back to pass. Throws it across the middle to Juju, first down, with another great catch. So Juju Schuster-Smith is making his mark in the fourth quarter. Gotta say that fast. Juju Schuster. Support the Schuster. So Mahomes has been making some great throws, you know. His accuracy is very dominant, you know. Hey, what's up? What's up, Devon Evans? What's up, man? How you doing, bro? Thank you for joining. So there's a flag on the play, and you know, probably coming back, but you know, more so, I think that in order for Kansas City to really win this game, they need to keep running the football. Oh well, looks like it's going to be offsides. Definitely offsides. So, you know, I think that if Kansas City is able to continuously run the football, that's going to open up the passing lanes for a Kelsey, for a Schuster-Smith, for for a McKinnon, for a Valdez-Scanlon. Because right now they have Philadelphia's defense on their heels right now, and that's just what it is. So it's 1st and 5. Mahomes back to pass, has a man open. That's Schuster-Smith again. What do you know? 1st and 10. Because what's happening right now is those cornerbacks are playing against the run. And as they're playing against the run, they're being frozen. Because look, if you see on this play, number 29 went for the run or went for the guy in the flat. And that's what he shouldn't have did. Juju Schuster-Smith, that was his responsibility. Because that guy had the shallow part of the field, but he went in instead of just covering the back part of the field. So, right now it's 1st and 10. It's on the 12-yard line. And another pass to Schuster-Smith across the middle. That's definitely a mismatch that they're having. It's Bradbury against Schuster-Smith, and, they're definitely going to highlight that. Now, I think this is what they do. They're going to go back to Kelsey because they haven't gone to him at all this drive. And, I wouldn't be surprised if that he catches something over the middle because that middle is wide open. It's wide open. So we'll just see. So it's 2nd and 7, on, I believe, the 6-yard line. Got McKinnon with the ball. Lowers his shoulder. Gets a gain of 4. That's a good gain. But I'd rather have it go to Pacheco, and here's why. Pacheco can get those tough yards, and he has the speed. But more so, Pacheco, I think he's just a better running back. See, McKinnon, he's more of like a receiving back. Bubble screens, slant plays, quick outs, and so forth. So it's 3rd and 3. You don't really have anybody on Kelsey. You have Avonte Maddox on Kelsey. That's a one-on-one mismatch. Yep. Touchdown. Beautiful. Beautiful play to Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney. My bad, I got his name messed up. So right now it's 28-27. And what do you know? This game is over like I predicted. So I think the over was 49.5 or probably 50.5. It's at 55 now. I said this game was going to be around 63 points. So we'll see. I think it could be over 63 points if you ask me. But anyways, Devin, if you do have any questions, you can definitely text them to me, type them to me. I'll be sure to answer them. Or if you have any comments on the game, no problem. I think this is finally picked up, which is great, because it was boring for the first, probably the second quarter. Second quarter got a little boring, but for the most part, it's been pretty exciting, back and forth. You've seen a little bit of defense, you've seen a little bit of offense, you've seen a little bit of, special teams here and there, of course, penalties and stuff. But, for Philly, I'm really curious to see how they respond because, I think KC might have had him figured out, even though that defense is not what we think it is. But you have to give it to KC's defense. They've been making stops. They've been holding, Philly to field goals. That's all you can ask for. So, their defense is holding up their end. Their offense is playing well too. Because you have that drive with, Patrick Mahomes and Juju Schuster-Smith. Of course, that touchdown to Kadarius Toney. Like I said, Andy Reid has some plays drawn up that I don't know that Philly defense is ready for. And, of course, you have to remember, Andy Reid is the former coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. So you don't think he wants to stick it to this team for letting him go after all them years, not giving him the pieces that he wanted? They had Donovan, Willie Beeman, McNabb thrown up on the football field during Super Bowls while Terrell Owens is playing with, like, one bionic leg, trying to like win them the game. You don't think Andy Reid wants to win this game and give him his second Super Bowl? You know, it's definitely interesting. And I'll tell you one thing: if Philly don't win this year, they ain't winning next year. And the reason why is that a lot of the players are going to go. I think a lot of them are going to go because if they don't have the money to pay him. And shout out to Howie Roseman, man. He tried to make it, or Jeffrey Lurie, whatever, one of them guys. I don't know who they are, but shout out to them because they were able to get these deals done and to put this team in the perfect position and get Jalen Hurts' weapons and also that defense as well. When he drafted Jordan Davis, who's going to be a monster in the future, by the way. Yeah, he might not have had a great season this year. So what? He's a rookie. He'll be all right. You got Hassan Reddick. You got Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, of course. How could I forget him? Now your linebackers are kind of suspect. KJ Edwards, he's boo-boo. He's boo-boo. Bradbury and Slay, great. Vontae Maddox and Gardner Johnson, perfect. You have your nucleus defensively there, but will you be able to keep those guys? And on the offensive end, I don't know how many years Brown signed his contract for, but, you do have Devontae Smith, who's the future, obviously. You got Dallas Goedert, got Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell. You have those guys, but are you going to be able to keep those guys? That's the real question. This offseason is going to be interesting. You already seen Dallas making moves, getting a new OC, getting rid of some guys, getting rid of Kellen Moore, getting rid of the Garrett virus that plagued us for over years. Jalen Hurts back to pass. Oh, what a catch by Goddard, man. Great catch by Goddard. But it's really interesting to see. I really kind of wonder about the Cowboys too, but I think we're in a good direction, and here's why. Now, forget all the Dak stuff. Like, Dak is our quarterback, and we should have him for an extended amount of years. When you look at his numbers, and win a Super Bowl, it's not just the quarterback. It's not. When you look at the Rams Super Bowl, like, was it just Matthew Stafford? No. It was great defense, it was great receiver play, and it was great running play. Like, let's stop it. Same thing with the Cowboys Super Bowls. Oh, good play, 2nd and 5. So, gain of 3 by Pascal. But anyways, when you look at the Cowboys Super Bowls in the 90s, it wasn't just Troy Aikman. It was Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin. It was that defense, Charles Haley. Don't forget about Ken Norton Jr. Also, don't forget about Leon Lett. Don't forget about these guys because these guys played intricate roles in winning championships. Larry Brown, that Pittsburgh Super Bowl where he had 3 INTs. So when you look at these things, it's like, it's not just the quarterback. People are hung up on just the quarterback because this is why Tom Brady has ruined football. Because it's always about Tom Brady. No. That's the whole thing. 3rd and 2. Hurts back to pass. Incomplete. So yet again, KC's defense has not only held Philly's offense in check. They only have had 3 points in the second half. Only 3 points. I'm just saying, this KC defense is not that good. So is Philly choking? Are they doing what they normally do in big-time games, choke like they used to choke in all those dang NFC championships and all those in the Super Bowl as well against the Patriots where they choked, where, Donovan McNabb choked on his vomit? That's what really happened. And this is another good return. You have Kadarius Toney on his feet. Wow, he changing field. He has a lot of room. Just block. That's all you got to do is block. Wow, he's still running. Going to cut in the inside. Wow, big return by KC, man. Big return. All the way down within inside the 5-yard line. And this is what I was saying before. Have the Eagles ever faced a team like the Kansas City Chiefs? And the answer is no. Because Philly's blowing this game. 24 points. You can't. This is crazy. 24 points. Whoever put their money on the Chiefs is a smart man because not only are they covering, but they're about to go up. If you put the money line on the Chiefs, you're a smart man too. But hey, So it's first and goal for the Chiefs, on the 5-yard line. Giving it to Pacheco again. Doesn't get much. It gets to the 4. But hey, it gets to the 4-yard line, second and goal. You know what I mean? Second and goal, and I think that, they're going to punch it in here. Tony with a big, big return. Giants should have never got rid of that guy. I understood that, he was a little head case, but, if Daniel Jones had another weapon, who knows what they could have done. But, the Giants are who they are now. They're just on the rebuild. All right, so second and goal. Throw it to the back of the end zone. All right, that was a give-up play by Mahomes. Give-up play by Mahomes. Understandable. Third and goal. Now you got to get the touchdown. I don't know why they did that. I guess they're just messing around with them. All right, so third and goal. Third and goal from the 4 or 4-yard line, whichever it is. You only gained a half a yard. Got him right there. That's a touchdown. Beautiful play call. Beautiful play call by Andy Reid. Come on, man. That's equivalent to a throwback out. And a throwback out is when the guy goes in and then he just cuts right out. That's what the running back did. He came in motion, pretended like he cut in, and then he cut right back out. There was nobody there. That's the second time they've done that play. Yep, come back out, boom. Nobody on him. Nobody. They could have threw that to a lineman, he would have scored. Hell, they could have threw it to me. I definitely would have scored. So now we have KC up 35-27. The extra point is good. It's good money. And, Philly's going to need to do something because, honestly, they've only scored 3 points this half. When I look at it, they've been – I think honestly, I think KC, what did they score? 21 unanswered points? I'm not sure. Not sure about that because they were down. They were down 10. Yeah, they were down 10. Yeah, 21 unanswered points. Finally a decent commercial, but it's for a movie. Disney. Yeah, I don't know about Disney, but, Hey, so Devin, what do you think about what do you think about these Super Bowl commercials, man? Like, I think they're kind of corny. I mean, there are a few funny ones, but not really, anything hilarious to me. So we got Jalen Hurts, 24 of 34, 241. He's not doing much in the second half. 7.1 average, a touchdown. And still has 13 carries, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns. Got A.J. Brown, 4 receptions, 78 yards, 1 touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 6 catches, 60 yards. Devontae Smith, 6 for 55. Kenneth Gainwell, 4 for 20. He really don't have much, and I think that A.J. Brown's stepping up great. Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, they're doing their thing, but, Philly has had these drives where they've been stagnating a little bit. And when you have that, what's going to happen is, your defense is going to get tired. And what's happening is that, Philly's defense is tired now. They've let up so many points now. And, once the dominant defense getting to the quarterback, KC has kind of neutralized that. I haven't heard of Hassan Reddick's name at all. I haven't really heard of, Fletcher Cox's name at all, or Brandon Graham's name, or even Josh Sweat, except for that penalty. So I'm trying to figure out, who's going to step up. And, got to give it to KC, man, because, they weathered the storm. They were down 10 at halftime. Everybody thought it was over, including myself. They came back in the second half. They were able to, weather the storm, and they were able to score points, and they just got a big return from Kadarius Toney. and they just turned that into 7 points. So, right now with 35-27, I said it would be 62 points, 63 points. It's already at 62. So, we're going to see how this game plays out. 14, 21 unanswered. 24-14. They scored 3. I guess it's 27-14. Yeah, so what, 21 unanswered? 9:22 left in the fourth, by the way. This is actually a pretty decent game. All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Philly. Let's see what they do. Jalen Hurts 24-34, 241. Like I said, he has to win them this game. Got Miles Sanders, a little bit of a gain of 5. Good strong run. Big strong run by Miles Sanders. So 2nd and 5. Yeah, Miles Sanders only has 6 carries for 12 yards. That's not good. 6 carries, 12 yards ain't gonna cut it. Just ain't gonna cut it. So we got 2nd and 5 on the 30. Hurts calling out the defense. Defense shows a little bit of rushing, but they're playing zone. But they run it off to Sanders. Sanders gets a gain of 3. So it's going to be 3rd and short. 3rd and short for the Eagles with about under 8 minutes to go. Down 8. Let's see what happens. Of course, they're going to do the sneak again. Let's see if they get it. I don't think they got. Oh yeah, they did get it. Actually, no, they didn't. The ref's marking them short. The ref is marking him short. Nope, they gave him the 1st down. Never mind. Just enough to get the 1st down. Yep. All right, so 1st and 10. Play action pass. Hurts running around again. Yep. Runs out of bounds. Yeah, they're containing him pretty good. They're definitely containing him pretty good, Yeah, rolling to the left. That's the thing. Hurts rolling to the left is just as dangerous as him rolling to the right. But like I said, in order for Kansas City to really contain Hurts, they're going to have to limit him in the pocket. They do not want him running outside that pocket because that's going to be dangerous for for the Kansas City Chiefs. Another pass to A.J. Brown. Got taken down. So it's going to be about 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5. Very, very doable for the Eagles. I think they need to get this here because if they give the ball back to Kansas City, they're going to score another touchdown, then it's going to be tough. Then Hurts is going to really have to throw. And that's the thing that with this Philadelphia team, they can play from behind, but I don't see Hurts as being comfortable playing from behind like that. He's going to try to run the ball, going to try to do more, but, it's going to be tough. As they send the house, good play. I don't agree with that blitz call, but, you have to try to get some pressure on him. However, I'd say you disguise it. And let's say if you don't blitz right there, you just fake the blitz and you drop back. He'll throw that arid pass, and that's a turnover. But 1st and 10 Philly. Hurts back to pass again, going deep. Has a man wide open. Yep. Wow. How did Devontae Smith not score? But anyway, first and goal for Philly. First and goal for Philly. The Dylan Trejo joined. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Thank y'all for joining, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. And now it's first and goal for Philly. Hurts with the sneak. Touchdown. He's in. Touchdown Hurts. So yeah, Philly scoring very quickly. So it's going to come down to the wire now. So you're going to have to go for two. Now, 35-33. So it's 68 total points. I knew this game was going to go over. I knew it was going to go over. There's no way it was going to be at 49, 50 points. No way. No way. You know, so Philly fans out there, they're probably shaking in their boots right now, but hey, you know, congrats to you guys that aren't even making it. But still, let's see for the 2-point attempt. All you got to do is just pretty much hand the ball off. You have so much space. That's what I do like about Philly's offense, but Jalen Hurts, he's not going to get, he did get there. He did get it. Good job for Hurts. Yeah, if he wins the game, he's going to be MVP. He will be MVP, I will say that. But yeah, guys, you know, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Black and Blue TV. I'm also on Instagram, Black8BlueTV. That is Black8BlueTV. And I'm also on YouTube at Black and Blue TV. You know, currently doing 2 live streams right now. One is a little bit different from the other. The other actually have the real-time stats up. This one, it's just me, you know, giving my play-by-play analysis, you know, trying to be the best rendition of Tony Romo without saying that word. But yeah, so far it's a pretty good game. 35 all, 70 total points. I said 63. It's well over 63, you know, and it's very interesting because I'm curious to see, you know, the outcome of this game is going to be. Because with 5:35 left, anything is possible. I think KC is going to come down and score, and I think Philly is going to have one more chance. That one more chance might be the chance that they need. You know, who knows? But, you know, if you guys want to ask any questions, you know, say any comments, you guys are more than welcome to. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. Also, too, if you guys want to, you know, subscribe to my YouTube page, description is on the bottom as well, and also the link will direct you to my YouTube page. It's pretty much similar to the name, Black and Blue TV, and know a little bit about it. I wanted to start this channel because there's not really a true NFC East channel that just does all 4 teams. You know, there's guys that do get together. There are guys that, you know, do a little bit, you know, on one team, but then they're favorited toward another team. You know, my team is the Cowboys all day, every day. But, you know, I do like, you know, giving you guys news and updates on, you know, other teams in the NFC East because it is needed. And if you guys go back to my videos in August where I did say that there would be, you know, 3 NFC East teams that are going to make the postseason this year. Nobody else said that. I'm the only person that said that, you know, and what happened? Three NFC East teams made the playoffs this year. The Cowboys, the Giants, and also the Philadelphia Eagles that are in the Super Bowl. So I do know my football. I do know what I'm talking about. Yes, I might sound a little scattered a little bit off point, but, you know, I always bring you back. I always try to bring you back. And, you know, looking at other networks on TV, it's like they just don't have any, they don't really have any character. Like I look at some of the, you know, YouTubers that are out there, Instagrammers that are out there that, you know, report news and stuff. They're a lot better than these guys. These guys just have the technology, the camera. But, you know, YouTube made it an even playing field because, you know, I remember when the Law Nations came out, you know, when the DC Pharrells came out, Mark Holmes, you know, My Cowboys Family, also Vach Lombardi, I forgot him earlier, Vach Lombardi, Boss Cowboy, also West Coast Cowboy. Those guys are way better than some of the analysts on ESPN and NFL Network, which shows you that, you know, anybody that has a brain and then, you know, has a purpose can do this. And, you know, myself, I wanted to bring a different element, you know, to the YouTube space when it involves, football. I want to cover the full NFC East. I cover the Commanders, the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Giants. I've been covering them all season, except not all season, but all preseason and all playoffs as well. But next season will be different. What I plan on doing, I plan on going to different games. I plan on going to 4 games next year. Of course, the Cowboys game I plan on going to. And, of course, I want to go to Philly against Washington. And the first play is a run play to Pacheco, gets a gain of 3. And, I want to go to these different games and, give you guys a different experience, man. Because, ESPN, NFL Network, they're dropping the ball right now by having this other crap on here, it's not just football. Like, I like talking about football, and, I hate, kind of the political aspect they put in it, because what it's doing, it's taking away from the purity of the game, as I said before. And I really believe that. I really do. So it's 2nd and 7. Ball's on the 28-yard line. Mahomes back to pass. Throws it to Schuster-Smith, who nobody's covering. They're not covering Schuster-Smith. He's going to end up mess around and win the game for him. He's going to mess around and win the game for him, That's what's going to happen. So, 4:32 left, 35 all. Mahomes, he's looking very comfortable back there. Single back formation. Kelsey in motion. Hands the ball off to Pacheco. Pacheco with a decent hole. Oh, he got hit by Gardner Johnson. What a hit. And he is dinged up. He's all right. He just got the wind knocked out of him. That's all. Yeah, he just got the wind knocked out of him. That's all that is. He got hit right in his chest. Yep, so 35 off, 4:32 left. But anyways, as I was saying before, I always wanted to bring a different taste of the NFC East to YouTube, because, of course, there are guys that, have their favorite teams. Like Law Nation's the Cowboys guy. He meets with 3 other guys to do an NFC East thing. Vach Lombardi, he's a Cowboys fan. Also West Coast, he's a Cowboys fan. He does meetings sometimes with Boss Cowboys and things of that nature. Boss Cowboy also meets with the OC and other guys. And also too, Okoye Media does Cowboys film and breakdowns and stuff. So, these guys are definitely my influences, but for me, I just wanted to bring a different aspect to it. And me understanding the NFC East, which is the true black and blue division. I don't give a damn about what the NFC North has to say. And to me, that's BS. The NFC East is the true black and blue division. That division is always beating each other up every single year. It was never the NFC North. I don't get why the NFL wants to crown the NFC North the black and blue division. There ain't nothing black and blue about it. It's just pretty football nowadays. Let's stop the cap on that. The NFC East is a black and blue. It always has been. But anyways, I just wanted to bring a different feel to YouTube, man. The channel is growing. I've been doing a lot of shorts lately. I've been focusing on that, but I'm definitely going to get back to the main content. What I normally do is I upload the short on YouTube, then I transfer it to Instagram. So you guys, thank you for the likes on the shorts. I really do. I really do appreciate it. I really do. Some of the guys that are in here now, I thank, because they've liked my shorts, and more are coming too. I also want to do throwback shorts, so, like Gale Sayers, Barry Sanders, the running backs that, some of these new generation guys, haven't had a chance to really experience, because that's important. You have to bridge the gap of history, to understand where the NFL is today and why it's there today. I think that's very important. And also, too, I'll be covering a lot of the USFL and XFL coverage as well, because that's, where, the training camp really begins, for guys, because these are guys that are going to be auditioning on these teams to get to an NFL team. So, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting offseason. Also, too, I'm going to be covering more Cowboys offseason stuff, more NFC offseason stuff, too. It's just been a little bit slow due to the playoffs. So it's 2nd and 8. Kelsey gets the ball. He gets the first down. So 4:02 left. The Eagles really need to stop here, and the reason being is because, you know, it's 3:53 left. You know, the Chiefs, what they're going to do, they're running out the clock. 3rd and 1. You know, Kelsey got his bell rung a little bit, but he'll be okay. Pacheco, yep, big play, first down. Got a gain of like 11 or 12. First down, big play, running the ball. And that's going to eat up the clock. You know, so. And shout out to Kansas City running these pro sets. The pro formation. That's an afterthought in the NFL. Running the pro style formation. Shout out to them for that. And I'm telling you, Andy Reid, man, he knows what he's doing. He's taking it back, man. That's why his plays work to this day. Could he be one of the greatest coaches of our time besides Belichick? Got Mahomes running. Mahomes still running. First down. I know that ankle hurts. But that's all right. What a run. Patrick Mahomes. Just needs a second to breathe. And if you guys just tuning in live, you know, this is Black and Blue TV on Instagram. Shout out to the guys that are watching. Shout out to you out there that's watching as well. I'm streaming off 2 platforms, YouTube at Black and Blue TV, and also Instagram at Black, the number 8, which is supposed to be the number and Blue TV. And thank you guys for, you know, watching it with me. So we have 1st and 10 on the 18-yard line. Pacheco gets the ball again, gets a gain of 3. See, that's all they need to do. Yeah, run this clock out. You know, for Philly, they blew it, man. They have 2 timeouts. They've let this clock run down to the 2-minute warning. What are you guys doing? I mean, come on. I mean, you guys got to call some type of timeouts. I mean, yeah, you guys might have timeouts with, you know, but here's the thing. If KC is able to get a first down, this game is over. Because now you have to choose when you're going to waste your timeouts. You waste them too early and they get a first down, it's over. They get a first down and you still waste them, it's still over. You know, so it's going to be pick your poison. Is that John Travolta? It is John Travolta. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, these commercials are terrible, man. I don't like these commercials. You know, the reason why I don't like these commercials is because they're not funny. Specfinity. Yeah, I'm never getting Xfinity. Never. Oh, no, it's T-Mobile. Oh, yeah, T-Mobile 5G home internet. No, I got Verizon. Verizon's the best to me. Verizon gives you the best service. The customer service is, you know, far the best ever. And on top of that, you know, they're always trying to look out for you. You know, let's say you've been in business for 2 years. You might not have the money for next month's bill. They'll help you out. They'll work out a payment plan. As opposed to Comcast or, you know, T-Mobile, they'll just cut your stuff off. During the pandemic, I had T-Mobile stuff. You know, they cut it off because, you know, everybody's jobs were cut off. And I'm telling them, paying them like $300 a month, like, here, take this, and they're just added on more fees, added on more stuff. You know, so I have Verizon. Verizon's the best to me. Verizon's been the greatest. I've been with Verizon for 4 years. If I tell anybody, go to Verizon. You know, even get your phone service through Verizon. They have the best service, you know. Even though T-Mobile right now is kind of taking over, but the reason why T-Mobile, AT&T are taking over is because they're just pretty much like the service. You know, they have the package, the DirecTV BS package. You know, Verizon, they don't really have the bundle like that, but what I like about them is that they will definitely work with you. You know, they do believe in customers. They really do. They do believe in the customer, and that's something that's a foregone conclusion in today's society. Because you have never mind, I'm not even going to get into that, but you know what I'm talking about. I trust Verizon, man. I've had AT&T before. You know, AT&T I think is more southern, like the Texas area where it used to be Bell Atlantic Express or things of that nature. But yeah, I definitely deal with Verizon, and I deal with Verizon on all fronts. Like, even my phone service, I'm gonna deal with Verizon because it's just the best. It's not. They give you what they do believe in quality stuff. Yeah, they say whatever. It's they do say yeah, it's a little costly, but who cares? All right, 1st and 10 to Schuster Smith to the outside. Nah, nothing there. 2nd and 8. So Philly's going to take a timeout with 154 left, and this is important right now because if Kansas City is able to get the first down, all they're going to have see. This is the thing. All Kansas City is going to have to do is get a first down, and they're going to have to waste a timeout. And right now they're on the 15-yard line. It's about 8 yards. So if I were Kansas City, I'd go for the first down. Definitely get the first down because what'll happen after that, it's going to force Sirianni, pick your poison. You're either going to waste some clock, my guy, or you're just going to, what are you going to do, at the end of the day. But 3rd and 8, 154, let's really see what they do. I think they're going to go for the first down here. And I think you got to hit Kelsey. You got to go for Kelsey. Gardner Johnson is on him, but you got to go for Kelsey. If anything, go for Kelsey. Told you they're going for. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a terrible play. Flag on the play. Wow. I think it's going to be holding against the defense. This is huge. If it's holding against the defense, this game is a wrap. Yep, defense. Holding our Bradbury. That's the game. Yeah, he cost him the game. Yep, that's a hold. Yep, he's holding right there. You can't do that. Cannot do that. Nope. Definitely can't do that. All right, so it's 1st and 10. All they got to do is run the ball now. It's a wrap now. Yeah, just run the ball. Or they're going to try to let him score. Yep. Smart play. Smart play. Smart play. Smart play. But he went out of bounds, though. He shouldn't have went out of bounds. So McKinnon had the ball. The Eagles were going to let him score, but McKinnon is smart. This is how smart he is. He kneels at the 1. Smart play. That's a smart play. I can't even be mad at that. That's what you should do because you have the game won. And that's it for Philly. 2nd and 1. And Philly wasted the timeout. Philly has no timeouts left. This game is over. Wow, they blew this Super Bowl. It was a great Super Bowl, though. They ain't got to take a knee. Nah, he kneeled it. He was down. Yeah, this is a wrap. So you're going to let seconds waste off. So about 8-second differential, the game clock. So it's going to be under a minute. That'll be 3rd down. So what do? Do you go for the, I don't know, I say you go for the touchdown now. You could go for the touchdown and just ice the game because about 8 seconds left. 59 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You still got an extra play. So you called timeout. We got 54 seconds left. I would go for another play. And the reason being is because let's say you do score a touchdown and you do kick a field goal, right? They give Philly, 40-something seconds on the clock? Not even much, and It'll be like 3rd and goal, but you get a touchdown here, that pretty much ices the game. What if you miss the field goal? You know what I'm saying? Not saying that that's going to happen, but you never know. Like at this point, you never know. You never really know. So the Chiefs are going to set up for a field goal, 10-second differential, which is smart. So right now they're not calling a timeout, which is beautiful because there's 39 seconds left, and it's about a 10-second differential between the play clock and the game clock. So going to have 11 seconds left pretty much to kick the field goal. So I think that if I were them, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even call timeout, Andy. I wouldn't call no timeouts. I just say get out there and kick it, but that's just me. But 11 seconds left. And shout out to the Chiefs, man, because I didn't think they were going to win this game. I thought Philly was going to dog them, but, Philly left some points on the board, man. They left way too many points on the board. They got comfortable, thought that, the being up by 10 and they could, keep away football was going to work. Nah, that stuff doesn't work, man. It don't work. And if I was Jalen Hurts, I'd get better in the pocket, honestly. I would get a lot better in the pocket. You have to be. Because look, this KC tape, coaches are going to use this KC tape. Yeah, he had a big run, but this is how we could stop him. And next season, they're going to have film on him, even more film. So all that running and stuff and that gritting and stuff, that's going to come to an end next season, because teams have film on you now. But here we go, 11 seconds left, 27-yard attempt. Bucker kicks it, and it's good. It's good money. So now you have 8 seconds left, 38-35, and this is it. And it looks like the Kansas City Chiefs are on their way to winning the Super Bowl. And Jalen Hurts, all that styling and profiling, hey, bruh, at least you represented the NFC East, though. I'll give you that. And another thing, too, people need to stop getting on Micah Parsons about giving the Eagles credit for representing the NFC East. So what? They beat us. We beat them. They made it further than us. We couldn't beat the Niners. They were able to beat the Niners. So you give credit where credit is due. I don't understand why so many people are dogging him for that. I think that's silly. And honestly, I think that's good sportsmanship on Micah Parsons' part to acknowledge, like, hey, you know what? You guys could represent us in the Super Bowl. Go ahead. And for people who think that, they're enemies and this, that, and third, yes, they are enemies, but at the end of the day, like, there is something called humility and, respect. That's why when boxers box 12 rounds and, they dap up afterwards after the winner is reigned, they shake hands and dap each other up, because at the end of the day, it's called respect. So people need to stop getting on Micah Parsons for that, man. Like, who cares? Who really cares? Like, honestly, I think that's great sportsmanship, and not enough people do that anyway. You have people either being friendly, or you have people just being like ho-hum, not even shaking people's hand. So, I look at it like, come on. Like, you can't really tell me that, he's doing weird things in his tweets and stuff. Like, stop it. Like, I don't understand that. I think it's silly. I really do. I really think it's silly. All right, so we got 6 seconds left. I think what Philly's going to have to do, they're going to have to go towards the end zone. Yeah, their defensive backs are far back, as they should be, because Hurts is going to have to throw it. He's going to have to get to the 50. It's going to be tough. Four, three. Yeah, he's going to launch it. They didn't even make the end zone. Wow, what was that? Yeah, his arm is suspect. What was that? Jalen, what was that? That didn't even make it toward like the 30-yard line. And Andy Reid got another Super Bowl. So did Eric Bieniemy, who's going to be on a coaching job for either the Ravens or the Commanders. I'm saying he's going to Baltimore. This was much needed. This was much needed for KC. Shout out to Philadelphia too, man. Shout out to Philly. You know, they represented. You know, they represented the NFC East. I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them at all. You know, Travis Kelce got one. Jason Kelce couldn't get one. That's all right. You know, proud mother. So the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, man. You know, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. You know, it is unfortunate, you know, for the Philadelphia Eagles, but I think they will be back. You know, maybe not next year, but in the next couple of years. But you know, we're gonna see. You know, and you know, I think that. And Andy Reid, shout out to Andy Reid, man. This is Andy Reid's second Super Bowl. So my question to you guys is should have Philly got rid of him? Should the Eagles have ever gotten rid of Andy Reid? I say no, because he would have eventually won a Super Bowl. But change of scenery, new philosophy, gets free reign. You know, it is what it is now. You know, so the Eagles, you know, and shout out to the Eagles too. It's their second Super Bowl appearance in 6 years. They beat the Patriots, and nobody thought that they would do. And you know, they go up against the Chiefs with Sirianni's second year coaching, third year coaching. Gotta give him credit where credit is due. You know, unfortunate for Jalen Hurts, he wasn't able to win it this one. But you know, I give him credit. He had a hell of a season. Not many people can do what he did. You know. And he's pretty much competing with Lamar Jackson, what he's doing. Now, if Lamar Jackson didn't get hurt, it would be a different story. But at the same point in time, you know, I give Hurts his credit. Give him his credit. You know, how the game finished. Here we go. Yeah, Mahomes, 21-27, 182, 3 TDs. Jalen Hurts, 27-38, 304, only one touchdown. Hurts, 15 carries, 70 yards, 3 TDs. So Hurts, he did everything he could this game, but that last pass, man, I don't know what that was. Like he didn't even reach the 30-yard line with that. So that's what it was, man. You had Devontae Smith 7 for 100, AJ Brown 6 for 96, Goddard 6 for 60. And what did I tell you? Travis Kelce, the leading receiver for the Chiefs, 6 for 81. And you got some help from Schuster Smith, Justin Watson, McKinnon, and Valdez-Scantling had no catches this game, and they win the Super Bowl. If I were them, I'd get rid of Valdez-Scantling. Nah, man, we didn't pay you to drop a zero in this, drop 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 target, bro. Like just like Jody Fortson, bro. Like that's terrible. That's what it is, man. You look at the defense, there are really no turnovers this game. This is a high-scoring game, 38-35. 73 points. I said 63. It was 73 points. It's 10 points off. You know, you look at everything. You look, man, Philly had it, man. Boy, did they have it. You know, I'm trying to look at team stats right now. I'm looking at the team stats. You know, first downs, 11-12. Rushing first downs. Philly had 12. KC had 7. First downs for penalties, 2 apiece. Third down efficiency, 4 of 8, 11 of 18. Fourth down efficiency, Philly was 2 of 2. Philly had more plays, more yards, more drives. Didn't have more yards per play, but they had more passing yards. They honestly dominated this game. And if it wasn't for that turnover and those 2 penalties, 2 sacks, yards lost, they had that. Rushing, KC had 158 to 115. Rarely have I seen the Eagles get outrushed. You know, yards per rush 6.1, Philly 3.6. Give credit to Kansas City's defense, because yet again that bend but not break defense was able to, you know, limit the run a little bit. 3.6 yards a carry. You know, you look at that. And then you look at red zone, 3 of 5 and 4 of 5. KC was better in the red zone. Penalties, 3 for 14. Eagles 6 for 33. Not that much. 33 penalty yards, yeah, that'll cost you, but In a game like this, I mean, that's not bad. You know, you look at turnovers. That one turnover cost him. You take away that turnover of Jalen Hurts just fumbling the ball. This is a different. This is a different story. Definitely a different story. Different story. You know, and that's just what it is. Different story. Different story at the end of the day. You know, but the way I look at it is that, you know, these teams are even. They're both 14-3, you know. Um, and of course this game, you know, ended the way it did. It should in dramatic fashion because, you know, you look at it and when you look at it, you know, both teams have high-powered offenses. You know, you look at Kansas City, high-powered offense. You know, they lost Tyreek Hill last year. They did get Schuster Smith, but he's slow. They did get Valdez Scanlon, but he's slow too. But these guys are possession guys. You know, they lost Edwards-Helaire for the season. You know, they got this guy, rookie Pacheco, who's been playing his behind off. And on defense, they weren't the same either. They were a bend but not break defense the majority of the year. Their defense was middle of the pack the majority of the year. And you have the Philadelphia Eagles, who since from day one, you know, they were crowned like, you know, division champs and NFC champs and all this stuff. They lived to what they lived to. It's just that in the Super Bowl they faced Andy Reid, and with Andy Reid, you got to give Big Red his credit. You know, that's why I had a video like I did months ago on Andy Reid, or no, weeks ago on Andy Reid. You know, he's like with the Kool-Aid Man, like sad because he's not, you know, the Kool-Aid Man anymore. It's Andy Reid. You know, he's the king, King Red. You know, I think the name, I forgot the name in that video, but you know, pretty much what I was saying is Andy Reid's, you know, influence on the Kansas City Chiefs is propelled them to great heights and also consistency. How many times have the Chiefs been out of the playoffs since Andy Reid has been coach? How many times have the Chiefs not won a playoff game since Andy Reid has been coach? You know, that's what Andy Reid brings. He brings consistency, you know? And with that, that's what Philly kind of screwed up on, you know? But with Kansas City, no way. They got Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, you know? You know, before that, guess who they had? They had what's his name? What's that quarterback's name? Something Smith. I want to say not Josh Smith. It's Alex Smith. They had Alex Smith, and Alex Smith was a trash can. And Andy Reid made that guy a 4,000-yard receiver. And then that year they had Kareem Hunt. Who else they had? They had Kareem Hunt and somebody else. They had two running backs that were cold. And they couldn't get anything done. He's like, yeah, I'm getting Alex Smith out of here. Get him out of here. Let's start Patrick Mahomes. And lo and behold, Patrick Mahomes made that offense dynamic. You had Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, you know, McKinnon, Kelsey. You know, you name it. You had nothing but speed on that team. Nothing but pure speed. Pure speed. And that's just what it is, man. You know, so hats off to Andy Reid. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. And Philly screwed up by getting rid of him. But in essence, I will give this to Philly. They do have Sirianni, and I do like Sirianni. Even though he's a hothead and he talks a lot of trash and all these other things, I do like Sirianni, and here's why. Sirianni brings that team like that, you know, that Philly swag back that's needed, you know. Kind of like what Andy Reid had, with the exception of, you know, Sirianni's very outspoken. You know, he doesn't care. He doesn't hold his tongue. And when you go to Philly, that's who Philly is. That's how Philly people are. Like, I've been to Philly. I've been to South Philly. You know, Pat's and Gino's cheesesteaks. Been there before, you know. Talking to people. You know, they have this chip on their shoulder. They have this swag to them. It's like, yeah, you're not going to just talk to me any type of way. I am who I am. You know, I'm firm in who I am. And that's what I like about Philadelphia, honestly. You know, when I went there a few years ago, that's what I love about Philadelphia. People are a certain way. They are the way that they are. And, you know, you can respect that. You know, they give you respect back, too. You know, but, you know, cross them the wrong way, yeah, they're going to feel some type of way. But That's why I respect Philly, man. I respect the hell out of Philly. You know, I might, throw a few jabs at him here and out. Yeah, Pat's steaks stink, or Gino's, even though their steaks are okay. I just don't like cheese whiz on my steak and cheese, man. I like provolone cheese or pepper jack. That's it. None of that American stuff, that milk cheese, nah. Provolone or pepper jack. That's it, man. Or Munster, or anything like that. But no cheese whiz. I can't do that. Can't do that stuff. I never did that stuff before. It's just not as good. But yeah, man. Philly, they did their thing this year. But Andy Reid, right now he's looking really good. He's looking really, really good. And for the Chiefs, this is their second Super Bowl, and I give them all the credit. Right now they're representing for the AFC West. Nobody else is representing for the AFC West. Nobody. Who else is representing for them? Nobody. So now they're going on with the ceremony. But, guys, I look at things from a different perspective. So I think the MVP, Roger Goodell, I don't want to see him up there. I think the MVP is definitely Mahomes. He played on a bum ankle, threw for 3 touchdowns. Or I'd give it to Pacheco, because Pacheco had some great runs. Young owner right there too. Looks like a young guy in their family. But switch this up. Yeah, man, but that's just what it is, And I look at it and it's like I don't I'm not sold on Philadelphia. And as a Cowboys fan, like for Cowboys fans, we shouldn't be pissed off. We shouldn't be upset that Philly won or, Philly lost or anything like that. Because if it was us, we'd lose too. But we have to understand what Philly did this last offseason, and understand where we're at. You know what I mean? Understand where we're at as a team and what Jerry Jones needs to do. Because if we're going to be competitive, we're going to have to change something. This old style, like, build it, from the draft. Nah, that doesn't work. We draft players to have impact now. We don't draft players to build. That's just what it is nowadays. Quarterbacks are being stuck in there now. You look at Josh Allen, he's a hell of a quarterback. He was put in there. They're like, screw it, we're just going to put him in there. Same with Patrick Mahomes. They just put him in there. Why would he need guidance under Alex Smith? He's better than Alex Smith. He has 2 rings. What is that? 3 Super Bowl appearances now for Mahomes? How many for Alex Smith? And this is adding to Andy Reid's resume. Andy Reid's resume. He's been to countless NFC, AFC championships. Now he's been to what? He was with 1 Super Bowl in Philly. Now he's been to 3 in Kansas City. So that's 4 Super Bowl appearances and 2 Super Bowl wins. It's a pretty good resume if you ask me. Pretty good resume. And I look at these things and it's like I try to understand, the philosophy of the coach. And Andy Reid's philosophy is very West Coast. But he is a mastermind at it. Because now you got to understand, Andy Reid, he's been in 4 different eras now in the football. I think he started coaching like in the late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, teen 2000s. Now we're in the 2020s now because we're in 2023. That's 3 different eras. So you got to understand, he's seen some things, and he always stays ahead of the curve with his offense. And he still implements pro-style formations. That's what's the crazy part about it is. That's why I give him all the credit in the world. That's why I do. Because with Andy Reid, he knows how to take advantage of mismatches. He knows how to use open space. He did the same thing in Philadelphia. He just had garbage in Philadelphia. That's why he was so happy with Brian Westbrook, because Brian Westbrook was that player that he could utilize. That's the same way with Edwards Helaire. He's like a Brian Westbrook. Same thing with the Pacheco. He's like a Brian Westbrook. And you look at the receivers. McKinnon, he's like a gadget guy. You have Kadarius Toney. He's like a gadget guy. You have Schuster-Smith possession. You have Kelsey possession. But he always gets open. If he had these things in Philadelphia, it'd be different. But with Philly, they didn't want to give him anything. They want to give him Donovan McNabb, a quarterback out of Syracuse that throws up everywhere. And I do like McNabb, but honestly, like he underachieved, man. He underachieved. I don't care what anybody says. He underachieved in Philadelphia. Underachieved. Yeah, he didn't have the weapons, but damn all that, man. You go to the Super Bowl, you're supposed to win it. That's your one time to win it. And you're just blowing it and partying all week, not caring. Meanwhile, Terrell Owens is working his butt off in rehab trying to come back from like a stress fracture in his leg and also ligaments in his ankle that he tore. He had to get screws in his ankle for that game. And he wasn't even himself because you can tell. You can tell when he caught the ball, but, he was able to still be productive. Yeah, man. Honestly, they didn't do enough for Andy Reid there. Giving him a quarterback. And then, McNabb, he throws passes in the dirt all the time, like he's playing in the sand. That's all he does, throw passes in the dirt. Every time, like 3rd and 8, throw it in the dirt. He's throwing them skip passes. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing? But nonetheless, man, shout out to Andy Reid. Shout out to the Chiefs. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is from now on. And unfortunately, for the Eagles, it's all right. This one is going to burn, but, you guys did your thing. Jalen Hurts did his thing, man. I give nothing but utmost credit to him. The utmost credit. Because Jalen Hurts, he's actually doing what he needs to do. And hopefully next season you guys do get some more weapons. I wonder, is A.J. Brown going to stay? I think he is. I think you guys have your core players that are going to stay. But, it is what it is at this point. So, yeah, let me go over these yards real quick. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Devin Evans and the DeLon Trejo. Really appreciate you guys, man, rocking with me. I'm trying to get my stuff up and started too, man. If you guys have pages too, let me know. I definitely will follow. No problem. I'm trying to win at this thing, man. Trying to give you guys the best of what I got, So, when I look at the total yards and total time of possession, the Philadelphia Eagles had 35 minutes. That's huge. 35 minutes they held the ball. And they lost. Like, you look at this game, like there's no way they should have lost this game. There's no way. And to say that Kansas City's that much better than them, I'm not buying it, man. Because Kansas City, they were outgained tremendously, 417 to 340. I look at defensive special teams TDs, you have one. You have one defensive TD. That was by number 32 when Jalen Hurts fumbled. That's what cost them this game, man. Because you take these 7 points away, it's 35-31, Philadelphia. And time of possession, 35-47 to 24-13. That's huge. Time of possession is huge in the NFL. The Philadelphia Eagles controlled this football game for 3 quarters. Actually, no, they didn't control this game for 3 quarters. They controlled this game for 1 half. Because the 3rd and 4th quarter, they got beat. They got flat out beat. And yeah, they scored that touchdown, and their Philly sneak or whatever, Philly special, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, the Kansas City Chiefs proved why they're the better team. They proved why. Even they didn't have the better defense, they still had the better team holistically, because you have a quarterback that can throw. Like Jalen Hurts' numbers, don't get me wrong, they're great numbers. But these are misnomers. Yeah, you're 27 to 38 for 304 and a touchdown. But you're running the ball majority of the time, 15 for 70 and 3 touchdowns. You should win this game. But you had a fumble. And you got sacked twice. So I'm looking at these things and it's like, all right, you held the ball for 35 minutes. You guys outgained the Chiefs by, 70 yards, 417 to like 340 or whatever. And on top of that, you guys were ahead. Now, what is there to say here? One thing is that Philadelphia has a problem closing out games because they do. They could have beat Dallas twice. They didn't. Even with Gardner Minshew a quarterback, they didn't. And secondly, Jalen Hurts is a one-trick pony, man. If he's not able to run, he can't really pass. Now, granted, he did throw for 300 yards, but let's be clear, man. Like, a lot of those passes were deep bombs. Were not deep bombs. They were broken coverages. I give him that. But, with Hurts being the leading rusher, that's a problem. Because you want either Gainwell or him as your leading rusher. You don't want him carrying the ball 15 times. Let's say they do that next season, he get hurt. What's going to happen then? What will happen then? What will happen is the fact that he won't be an effective quarterback. Because let's say he gets a little older, he can't be running all the time. He's going to have to throw. Look at Dak Prescott now. Dak Prescott doesn't run as much as he did in the beginning of his career. Remember when Dak Prescott used to run the ball? Used to walk the dog and he doesn't do that as much anymore. He's throwing the ball now because it's 7th year in his career. He has to wisen up, and that's the thing with Jalen Hurts. He's going to have to wisen up. Can't be running 15 carries, 70 yards, 3 touchdowns. It's not going to happen. So he has to develop his arm talent, which he's doing. 27 to 38 for 304 is great. But you turning the ball over like that, Jack, that's what cost you. And those 2 sacks cost you. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, they played well. Played very well. Philadelphia shouldn't have lost this game, man. I'm just going to be quite honest with you. They had no business losing this game. They didn't. And the fact that they did just shows that, poor clock management. Another thing, poor clock management, because with 3:53 left, they had 2 timeouts. And KC had the ball. You don't think if they used one of those timeouts and hold them to a field goal, they could have got the ball back with more time? They let Kansas City run the clock down to 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and then they let them run the clock down to 11 seconds. That's poor clock management. That's on Sirianni. Sirianni should know better. He should know better. That's just inexcusable there, the way I'm looking at it. That's just highly inexcusable. You can't do that. You can't allow that to happen in the Super Bowl, especially if you're a coach. Third starting QB in history to win multiple Super Bowls, Patrick Mahomes. But you can't, as a coach, you can't allow that to happen. You know how many times as a Cowboys fan we allowed that stuff to happen with Jason Garrett, Mike McCarthy at coach. Jimmy Johnson never did that stuff. Even Barry Switzer did it. That pissed me off. But I'll tell you one thing, Jimmy Johnson never did that. Jimmy Johnson was good in all facets of the game, getting players, calling plays, and so forth. He knew what he was doing. But, you can't have that happen, especially with 2 minutes to go in a game. That really is going to destroy you. And it destroyed Philadelphia this game. Definitely did. Because that's the only thing I'm looking at. What cost them. And their defense, too. Let's talk about their defense that cost them. That so-called great defense. Yeah, what happened to it? What happened to it? Where's Hassan Reddick? Let's look at Hassan Reddick. Where is he at? Where's Hassan Reddick? Hassan Reddick. 1 tackle. Hassan Reddick has 1 tackle. 2 QB hits. He was neutralized this game. Where's Fletcher Cox? 1 tackle. Josh Sweat, 1 tackle. Darius Slay, 4 tackles. Kazir White, 4 tackles. Bradbury, 5 tackles. Vontae Maddox, you know what I'm noticing? That defensive line didn't come to play. Because how in the hell is the leading tackler the safety, and he's playing deep? TJ Edwards, 6. Marcus Epps, 6. James Bradbury, 5. Javon Hargrove, 5. Darius Slay, 4. Kazir White, 4. Gardner Johnson, 4. That's what happened. Your defense gave up. Defense couldn't play. See, I told you guys before. You know, Philadelphia's never played a team like Kansas City. And Kansas City diced them up. And they diced them up without even gaining that many yards of offense. I mean, you got to look at it. You know? You have to look at it. You know, that's what I'm looking at right now. Like I'm seeing their defense didn't play. You know, their defense was getting cooked all over the field. You know, yeah, they had some stops, but let's face it. You know, they hurt Patrick Mahomes, but he came back and he gimped his way down the field on y'all. He grittied on y'all. That's what happened. Y'all got grittied on this game. Hey, it's all right. It's all right. At least y'all made it, right? But y'all have to win it. I guarantee you when we go, and we are going to go soon, when we go, we're going to win it. I'm going to show the NFC East what it's all about, because I think people are getting it misconstrued now just because we haven't won in 20, 30 some odd years that, you know, when we do go, we're not going to win. No, when we get there, we're going to win it. Just didn't win it this year. That's just what happened. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. But when I look at Philly, man, I just think that, you know, their defense kind of failed them. Also, they weren't able to, you know, have proper clock management, especially on the defensive side. And, you know, that's what really happened. And when you just look at it from that perspective, that cost them the game. Forget the fumble. The fumble happened. They scored, whatever. You know, but, you know, you have to – that's on coaching. That's on Sirianni. Sirianni has to be better than that, because that just means you got out-coached. If a coach on the offensive side of the ball can have the ball in red zone with 3:53 to go and waste it down to the 2-minute warning with 2 timeouts left, that tells you that, you know, you got to get better with coaching, bro. And Sirianni blew it. He blew it because he only had 8 seconds left. He didn't have time to drop a play. That's why Jalen Hurts threw that ball the way he did. He's like, hell, I'm just going to heave it. And that throw was horrible. I don't know what happened there. I don't think he has a strong arm like people say. That's why I think they limit his throwing ability. You know, there's a reason why Nick Saban got rid of him in Alabama and got Tua. Nobody wants to talk about that, because when he went to Oklahoma, I believe Cooper Riley, the coach of Oklahoma, really, he brought the best out of Kyler Murray, made him a Heisman Trophy winner, also made Jalen Hurts a Heisman Trophy winner. But now what are these guys doing in the NFL? They're doing okay. They're not doing much. You know, so when I look at something like that, I don't know. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. Hey, what is this? I like the joke. Oh, if anybody wants to come up and chop it up, man, let me know. You guys let me know now, man. I have no problem, you know, chopping it up, getting your thoughts on the game, getting your thoughts on, you know, the future of the Cowboys or what have you. So if anybody wants to come up, man, just shoot something in the chat. I mean, I only know there's one person in there, but that's all right. Doesn't matter. You know, I want to hear your thoughts about the game. Yeah, man, I'm looking at this defense, and yeah, defense didn't do too well. See, I would expect it from Kansas City's defense because their defense isn't that good, but their defense actually played better. They actually played better than Philadelphia's, because, you know, Jalen Hurts, even though he threw for 304, you know, he was able to, you know, he was really able to, they were really able to contain him. And I think that was the key. You know, that and also too that punt return by Kadarius Toney was huge. That was huge. That was huge. Because when I look at it like this. Let's say if they were to get the ball back on the 40 or the 30 or whatever, they would still have to drive down the field. You don't know what would have happened. But for the simple fact that he got that punt return and was inside the 5 and took the lead of the game, that was huge. And even though Philly came back down and, scored and tied the 2-point conversion, still the momentum to me was already taken because I think KC had that defense's number. They knew what they were doing. They exploited those corners, man. They exploited those corners. I don't understand why Philadelphia didn't play man the entire game. And, the whole thing about it is that, Philadelphia played zone. They played they played off and they played a little bit of cover 3. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, what is going on? Why are they doing this? You know what I mean? And, the sad part is that I think they won a couple possessions back that game. I definitely think they won a couple possessions back because it just doesn't make sense as to why, you would have all that momentum going into halftime. In the second half, you don't make any adjustments. You made 0 adjustments. That's the thing that kills me. Made 0 adjustments. KC made all the adjustments in the world. And the best thing about it is that they utilized a pro-style offense in the second half. They did a little bit of shotgun, but they were doing single back, pro, I think that was it. They were just, alternating those different plays, man. So when I look at it, it's they got outcoached the second half, man. If anything, they got outcoached. Because KC, they were just methodically driving the ball down the field. And honestly, too, Philly, they had some great plays, too. But I think that Philadelphia, they definitely left something out in the field. They left way too much out in the field. This game shouldn't even have been this close, to be honest with you. Because when you look at the Phillies defense, they should have been able to get to the quarterback. They weren't. Hassan Reddick was stifled today. All that dominance and stuff he was doing during the playoffs, it came to a halt. Like, no, sir, not happening. That's essentially what happened. But yeah, anyways, guys, it's been a fun live stream. I had a little technical difficulty earlier with the YouTube stream, but, I'm going to edit that and I'm probably going to edit that and, fix that a little bit and, probably re-put it out because I was trying to get the picture-in-picture like I have now. And I wasn't able to do that before with OBS because, OBS is a new system. Plus, I need to not put OBS on a laptop. But, it's working just fine. And, I will be coming out with more live streams, guys. Also, too, I will be coming out with more content, more shorts. Be on the lookout for that. Also, Instagram Reels as well. And, guys, definitely comment. Like, if you guys want me to do a particular player or a particular team, it doesn't have to be NFC. Like, I'll do the AFC as well. I like doing AFC teams. I have a video on, Mac Jones. It's called In Mac We Trust. And I break down how he was going to have a good season this year, even though he didn't. But he'll have a better season next year. It's sophomore slump. That's what really happens, But anyways, guys, like, share, and subscribe and comment. This is your boy, BlackNBlueTV. Thank you guys on my Instagram followers that, have rocked with me this whole time. Also, thank you to some of my followers on YouTube. I'll be coming out with more shorts and stuff like that. And like I said, guys, I'm going to be out. Peace.